Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you folks doing? Welcome here. Welcome to another live stream. Today we are going to be watching Hell in a Cell 2009, a throwback live stream if there is one. Back in the day here, a lot of people started watching wrestling around this time, you know, the CM Punk era, Randy Orton, John Cena. A lot of people, especially on this channel, started watching around the 2009-2010 era. So this is going to be really nostalgic for a lot of people. Other people obviously started watching in the Attitude Era and maybe even back in the 70s. So this is going to cover a modern, if you will, a modern day Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I believe it's one of the first ever full Hell in a Cell pay-per-views. 3 Hell in a Cell shows here today, on the card I should say. But let's just jump right back into it because it is time for your Con Man Certified. And no, Steve Taylor, I am not a friggin' blueberry. A roll call. So who do we got in here today? We got Dylan Fury. How you doing, Dylan? Nice to have you. We got Gavin Mangus up in here. We got Bailey Reichart. He says this is the first ever Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Well, if that is the case, then there you go. We got Jackson Plays up in here. We got Lucas Freeman. Nice to have you. Jason Dreamer. Welcome to the stream. We have Mr. Tornicane up in here. Blake Lewis. We have J Money Jeff. Richard Finch is in here. We have Balin Howe. How you doing? We have Mr. Penguin. How you doing, Mr. Pengu over there? We got Thomas DeLomes. Welcome to the stream. Miguel Angel. How you doing? We got Steve Taylor. Nice to have you. We got Samuel Vlogs. Mr. Tornicane, welcome. King of Fate, nice to have. I am not a blueberry. We got Cowboy 420 over here. We got Wacky Warrior, nice to have you. RSE, how you doing? We got Ivan Plays. How you doing, Plays? Nice to have you. Ahmed Smiles, welcome to the live stream. Phil McManus is in here. We got Jason Dreamer, nice to see you. We got the text-based wrestling fan. Christian Oatsy is in here as well. Melina Bronson, how you doing? And let's go with Trey Lucato as the final final shout out here. Actually, final one goes to Roger Dodger. But let's get it, everyone. So, if you do not know what we're watching here today, we are watching Hell in a Cell 2009. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds or so here to try to sync up your live stream and get it all ready. No worries there, Dylan Fury. You're back in the U.S. now. That's good to hear, but no worries, buddy. You make sure you get yourself looked after first and foremost. You've done already more than enough for this channel, so just sit back and relax and enjoy the show here today. But yeah, get your show brought up on the WWE Network, get it brought up on Peacock Network, wherever you're going to be watching it, and we are going to sync our times up, and we're going to hit play at the exact same time. So everybody, hopefully you have Hell in a Cell 2009 pulled up wherever you are watching from, and let's go. We are going to hit play collectively in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hell in a cell. The heavens descend to the depths of hell, where only victory conquers the pain and suffering.
All right, let's do this thing. And I just realized this is probably just still a little on the loud side. Don't want to get these streams taken down, right? Because WWE has been taking down some stream. Well, not taking down, but blocking a few throwback live streams here. We got Scotland Johnson over here. How you doing, Scotland? Good to have you. Welcome to the stream.
Consuming the demons who dare risk their souls. You have opened hell's gates. Eternal damnation is here.
So on the card here tonight, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches, okay? 7, 8 matches. I don't know why I'm saying 7, 8. There's 8 matches, straight up. It's not 7 or 8. It is 8 matches that we are getting here today. And the matches are as follows. So we have ourselves CM Punk versus The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight title in Hell in a Cell. John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title. Mickie James versus Alicia Fox for the Divas title. Chris Jericho and The Big Show versus Batista and Rey Mysterio for the Unified Tag Team titles. John Cena versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre. Kofi Kingston versus The Miz versus Jack Swagger in a triple threat match for the United States Championship. And then D-Generation X versus Legacy for the Oh, wait, no, it's just going to be a Hell in a Cell tag team match. So no tag team titles on the line in that or anything like that. Just DX versus Legacy. Interesting main event. But are you ready, everyone? Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Newark, New Jersey, man. And watching these throwback streams, just like watching previous pay-per-views, is so cool because not only do we get to see what WWE looked like a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades ago, but we also get to see live fans. Fans in attendance having a good time. Oh, I miss it. I miss it so much. Look at, doesn't this bring you back, guys? DX, man. Just seeing the kids with the DX glow sticks, the DX hats, the DX tank tops, all those things. Like, D-Generation X was incredibly over. Like, incredibly. That is a young friggin' Cody. Like, that is a young Cody Rhodes. I'm excited for this one. I don't think I've actually seen this pay-per-view. 2009, no, I wouldn't have yet. I didn't see my first pay-per-view until Money in the Bank 2011. So I don't think I've actually seen this pay-per-view before. I've definitely seen a match from it. Which match have I seen from it? I've definitely seen John Cena versus Randy Orton. Definitely seen that match inside Hell in a Cell. And I think I've also seen... Something tells me I've seen DX versus Legacy inside Hell in a Cell as well. I feel like I've seen that match. But hey, you know, it's going to be a good show here tonight. I'm looking forward to it. 3 Hell in a Cell matches. Undertaker, CM Punk is going to start off the show for us. It is going to be really good. I got my boy Dolph Ziggler on the show. Balin House says this was your first pay-per-view. Nice. Your first pay-per-view that you got to see. What a way to introduce you to the world of wrestling, eh? All right. Right, the Hell's Gate submission hold was banned, and that's how CM Punk won. They pulled a bit of a screw job over on Undertaker. I forgot that's what happened, man, back in the day. I remember watching SmackDown during this time. This was the rise right after CM Punk cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, right? Right, Undertaker going after Teddy Long. I forgot all about this. Buckle up, Teddy. I forgot all about it. Oh my God. Buckle up, Teddy. Forgot all about this shiz.
If you will, about being the first.
Just was listening to the music. It sounds like they were using kind of a version of Seth Rollins' Messiah entrance. I can't wait until after Hell in a Cell 2021 so we can watch old Money in the Banks. Yeah, we are going to be doing that. I'm looking forward to watching some Money in the Banks with you guys. So what do you think, everyone? What should we get up on the screen? Because with next week being Hell in a Cell, or this Sunday, I should say, with this Sunday being Hell in a Cell, that means next week we're going to need something different to watch. What would you like to watch next week? We're going to take 4 suggestions. We could do some old Money in the Bank stuff if you want. Or we could go in a different direction completely. So what would you guys like to see next week here during these throwback live streams? What would you like? So Matthew Beno says Armageddon 06. Well, what did we have written down before? We had... Yeah, okay. An ECW pay-per-view. How you doing, C Wrestling? Good to see you, man. WrestleMania 21, first ever Money in the Bank. It's not a bad idea. That's good. How long is WrestleMania 21? How long does it run for? Runtime. Where's the runtime? So that's 2005. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? That's a really good one. That's a really, really good WrestleMania. That's a damn good WrestleMania. WrestleMania 21.
5 tons of steel. It is Satan's structure, and the Undertaker has
Okay, yeah. Let's do something Money in the Bank themed. So WrestleMania 21.
inside it tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing.
Okay, so WrestleMania 21 is one option. What else would you guys like to see? Some sort of Money in the Bank themed pay-per-view. But the cell is lowering. Are you ready? Yeah! This fire burns! It's CM Punk! Mania 23. Money in the Bank 2011. I mean, Money in the Bank 2011 is my first ever pay-per-view I ever watched. We have streamed the show on this channel already, but it was like a few years ago that we streamed it. Okay, I'll throw it on the list. Mania 26. That's a good one. Mania 24. I could do Mania 24. How long are these WrestleManias, though? Are they like 4 hours long? Like, I'm not necessarily sure I'm looking to sit for 4, 5, 6 hours here in the middle of the day. But I do have some other stuff that I got to do work-wise. But hey, we'll see. And what's the other one, guys? So we got WrestleMania 21, Money in the Bank 2011, Mania 24. Which one would you guys like? What other Money in the Bank themed show? And CM Punk is officially in the cage. Always. This fire burns. Always. Money in the Bank 2014. 13. Well, which Money in the Bank would you guys like? 2013. People saying 2013. Hey, Lux7, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So, Money in the Bank 2013 is the other one. All right. And here comes the Undertaker. Oh, man. The dead man shall rise. You're on your lunch break? Nice, man. What you having for lunch today? I need to do groceries pretty badly because I did not have a lot of stuff available for lunch. I literally took like 3 pieces of salami, cut it up, took like a piece of cheese, cut it up, and I had some crackers. that was my lunch. So I got a little grumble in my tummy still. Having a sausage pasta for dinner, though, that's going to be delicious. But here comes the Undertaker. Oh my. What an intimidating force, man. What a cool character the Undertaker was. I took him for granted growing up. No doubt about it. I took him for granted. Are we ever going to truly get just another character that transcends the business, that is iconic? Like, legitimately iconic, like The Undertaker. I don't know if we're ever going to get another person like him. I legit don't think we're gonna. He will be one of a kind, won't he? Hey, Conman, sounds like you had a Lunchables. Yeah, but it was homemade. All right, let's get this poll up here asking you guys, which show are we going to watch next week? So it's either going to be Mania 21. It's going to be my TB 2011. And Undertaker slams the door shut. And here we go. Get your votes in. It is now time. There you go. Get those votey votes in. The thunder cracking in the skies as the reality starts to set in for CM Punk. Well, there we go. World Heavyweight title on the line. Welcome back, Dylan.
From Death Valley, weighing 199 pounds, The
Undertaker.
And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing 222 pounds, he is the only straight edge World Heavyweight Champion in history.
The only straight edge World Heavyweight Champion in history. Friggin' CM Punk, man. Right in the middle of his epic rise throughout the WWE. We get to see Punk and Taker go one-on-one here tonight. Referee, ring the bell, and here we go. The dead man, CM Punk, one-on-one inside Satan's Playground. Who's going to win this one, I wonder? Oh, now Undertaker walking back out of the corner and just looking right into the eyes as CM Punk stares him down. And Punk is scared, man. He be scared. Oh, yeah. Oh, and then Undertaker just going to send CM Punk right into the side of the cage. This is going to be an interesting viewing experience, isn't it? So have you, the viewers, seen this pay-per-view before? Yes or no in the live chat? Let me know. Oh, man, Punk right into the side of the cage again. And Undertaker again slamming him into the side of the cage. Oh, man. Please say my name. Enridu Siwash? Oh, God, I butchered that name. Annie Rude. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to offend you in any way. I'm legitimately trying to get your name right. Anirudh Siwach. Anirudh Siwach. Well, welcome to the channel. It's good to have you, my friend. It's really good to have you. You asked me the question, do I remember the Great Khali? I do. Oh, no. Oh, CM Punk right into the side of that cage. A big boot from the dead man knocked him right into the chain link fence. And now, all of a sudden, Undertaker is dominating this match. Oh, CM Punk crawling underneath the ring. Trying to get away from Undertaker. He got away. Oh, drop kick right to the knee. Using the steel steps, and Undertaker is down. That was really unique. And CM Punk now going to go right back on the offense, just stomping away on the left leg of the dead man. Oh. I want to do a little test here. Can you guys say the word pickle as soon as you hear me say that? Okay, about a 15-second delay. All right. All right, that's not bad. So 15-second delay. I thought it was a little longer right now, but looks like we're good. We're on pace. CM Punk now got the left knee of Undertaker. Undertaker, though, just shoves him back into the cage. Oh, but again, CM Punk counters that one. Huge counter from Funk.
The object of these matches in Hell in a Cell is to stay as healthy as possible for as long as possible, because no one will leave this.
Who is your favorite wrestler of all time, guys? Like, legitimately, favorite wrestler. I'm curious to read some of these comments here in this live chat. As CM Punk, just got tossed into the cage again. CM Punk gets CM wrecked.
Launch CM Punk right into the steel cage. And how many shots has Punk already taken?
Jey Uso, Undertaker, John Cena, Triple H, Undertaker, Adam Cole, baby, Randy Savage, nice. Big Show, okay. Triple H because of character moveset and storytelling, John Cena. Undertaker, honestly, Big D Johnson. Roman Reigns and John Cena or Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles, cool. Bret Hart or Ultimate Warrior or Andy Kaufman. Says the Wacky Warrior. That's funny. Rey Mysterio, cool. Cool. Be sure you let me know, though, which show would you like us to watch next week here on these Throwback Tuesday streams. Do either vote Mania 21, vote MITB 11, vote Mania 24, or vote MITB 13. Suicide dive from CM Punk right into the cage. Oh, man. Taker has been in 14 Hell in a Cell matches? What? 14? That's ridiculous. 14, man. Wow.
You said it earlier, this is a career-defining moment, a career-defining match for CM Punk.
Oh, now Punk's just going to continue to target onto the left leg of Undertaker. Dylan says Taker is out cold. Might very well be, as CM Punk rolls him back inside the ring. I'm curious, though, everyone. How do you watch these live streams? Would you like to send a photo to us over on Twitter, how you view these live streams? Do you have like a setup with your TV and computer? Are you watching on your phone with a computer? Are you watching with your phone and a TV? Show us how you're watching these live streams. Are you just watching on your phone? You watching on your PlayStation? How do you watch? Send us a photo over on Twitter at Conman167, how you line up these streams, how you sync it up, how you got your own setups at home. I'm curious to see what you guys got. Uh-oh. Undertaker, though, lifts CM Punk up. Undertaker, but sliding down the back was Punk. Oh, big boot to the face. Now Undertaker follows it up with a leg drop. That might be enough to kick out by Mr. Punk.
Again, Punk showing his willing to sacrifice, suck it up, and kick out.
You watch the stream on your phone and the show on your iPad through Peacock. Cool, man. Parse me, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Undertaker looking for the choke slam now. He's like in full choke slam mode. He's like, hey. And then, wait, CM Punk countered that one. Now Punk lifting Undertaker up on his shoulders. But CM Punk can't put him to sleep. Undertaker now looking for Tombstone. Reversal and a kick to the middle of the leg. Phone and TV because I still be doing stuff while watching. Nice. That's so cool. Oh, there's a monitor underneath the ring. Did you guys see that if you're watching at home? There's literally a monitor underneath the ring. Con, someone watches your stream through a TV on the bus. There's a TV on the bus? With my face on it? I'm sorry to everybody else on the bus. Oh, that's cool there, Jeffrey Rudolph. So you got your TV there, and then you got me pulled up on your phone. That's so neat, man. I'm so glad that this is a great way to watch old stuff. You know, it's not even that old. It's only 2009, but I was in grade 9 when this happened. Actually, what's the actual date? October. I was in grade 9. Uh-oh, Undertaker counters it into the last ride. Punk just got dropped to the cover. 2. Punk kicked out. Punk kicked out. Wow. That was a high angle last ride. And I still got phone service in the UK. So, Dylan, were you coming from the UK back to the States? Is that what you're doing? RS, whoa, that's a cool setup. That's a really cool setup. Oh, knee to the midsection of Undertaker. Take a look at RSC's, though, over here. We pulled it up on the screen. Pretty dope. 2. Kick out by Undertaker. Dylan says yes. So you were coming from over there. Nice, man. What's the reason for the move? Just to move? Naya Bachoa. How you doing, Naya Bachoa? Welcome to the channel. Also, did you guys watch my review last night? I really hope you did. It didn't get delivered to sub boxes, so if you did watch it, or at least it didn't get delivered to many sub boxes, so if you didn't see it, that's okay. But be sure to check it out if you haven't done so, especially after today's stream. Uh-oh, Undertaker looking for the choke slam, delivered to CM Punk. And Undertaker's left knee continues to be sold really well. Undertaker signaling the end. Scoops him up. Undertaker has him. Tombstone. Pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker's the new world champ. There you go. What a fun opener that was. Blake Lewis says, why was I not on Wrestling Hub? But yes, I watched it. So the reason that I'm not on Wrestling Hub is because I made a decision myself to pull my content off of there and put it on this channel. I thought it was a cool way of getting some exposure to a different fan base, if you will. And it was, for the most part, a mixed reception. And I got thinking about it. And it makes sense why it was such a mixed reception. You know, you can't just go on some other channel and start posting your content on another channel and expect everybody to like it. It's not going to happen. And my style of videos are completely different from how Wrestling Hub produces his style of videos. So it just wasn't a good mesh. I thought it was going to be better. I was really excited for the opportunity when he reached out and offered me that opportunity. But I got thinking that in the long term, it's better keeping this content on this channel. Because 1, you guys can subscribe to me for my content, and 2, if you happen to miss the live streams, then at least there's something to catch you up on, right? So that's kind of the thought process behind pulling the content off of Wrestling Hub. Luke True Love, thanks for subscribing. But like, there's zero ill feelings towards Wrestling Hub. I am so grateful for the opportunity that he provided me. I hope to be able to work together with him again in the future as well. It unfortunately wasn't the right fit. It just wasn't. I thought the content was really good, which is why I'm still producing it, but I just didn't think it fit on that channel, and I think he would agree with me. Yeah, he got back to me the other night, or not the other night, he got back to me last night, and again, no ill feelings towards each other. We thanked each other for working together, and we hope that we can work together again in the future. You tweeted how you watch. All right, let's go take a look over here on Twitter. So Matthew Beno, he's got nice, man. You've got it pulled up on your phone on the left side, and you've got your computer on the right. And it also looks like you got yourself a PS5 in the background. Oh, yeah, and I see a couple pop figures as well. Nice, Matthew Beno. We got Dylan Fury. How you doing, man? He says, watch along with Conman167. Nice, so you're watching right there on your phone. Nice, man. Desmond Allen says, watching your stream on my movie screen. Oh, that's cool. You got a movie screen at home? And then Ross Block says a photo of his iPad and then my stream pulled up on his phone as well. So that seems to be one of the more common ways to watch it, is on a tablet of some sorts and my phone, and your phone at the same time. Cool. Does Peacock have ads? I believe it does. Or at least certain versions of it do, I think. But if you have not done so, do smack that like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. You can see your name pop up there on the top left-hand side of the screen. And let's hit 100 likes. I know we can. You ready for John Morrison? All right, Johnny Momo. This guy doesn't age, does he?
What a way to kick off Hell in a Cell, the Undertaker, your new world heavyweight champion, and now the Intercontinental
Man, John Morrison just simply doesn't age.
A-lister makes his way to the ring.
Legit, let's pull up a photo of John Morrison in 2009, okay? John Morrison, 2009. You ready for this, guys? Trying to find a good photo here. All right.
John Morrison, one of the main men on Friday Night SmackDown. We just celebrated a decade of SmackDown this past Friday night with a...
There we go. There's 2008. So this is 2008 John Morrison, right at the start of his career for the most part. I mean, not exactly the start of his career, but pretty damn close. So John Morrison there in 2008, okay? And now ready, John Morrison, 2021. Hey, here comes Dolph Ziggler with the Perfection theme song. This was my guy back in the day. Best shot, give it all you got, show the world exactly what they see. I will define the things you dream. Look, he just straight up doesn't age. He grew a beard. He grew a beard and maybe his face is a little rounder. Like, the guy doesn't freaking age. He doesn't age. Like, look at that. How old is John Morrison here? John Morrison in 2021. John Morrison, age. He's 41. He's 41. This dude, right here, this dude is 41. This is in 2008. This is in 2021. 2008, 2021. What the frig? Exactly the same. With a beard. That's the only difference. In fact, he got more ripped. The first photo is from 2011. You can tell from the jacket. That was from WrestleMania 37. And if you're talking about what Morrison was wearing in the other one, this one here, this is Miz and Morrison in 2008. This is John Morrison at WrestleMania 37. At least that's what they're saying. Hang on, one sec, though. One sec, okay? Give me 1 second, because maybe I'm just misreading this photo here, okay? Maybe I'm very wrong. My bad, okay? Because it was an article that just used it, so this was posted about WrestleMania 37. So 1 sec, I might be wrong on this one, actually. Let me draw this back. I might be very wrong. I might be very wrong, actually. Let's try a different John Morrison photo in 2021. There, that's a photo. Is that a photo from 2021? Well, now I'm struggling to figure out.
We want to thank those of you joining us around the world from Canada, Australia, Malaysia, Luxembourg, and the United Kingdom on Skybox Office. A quick cover there. A huge night to be sure.
Now you got me questioning life. Here, let's just go with this guy here. So, back to it again. All right, so this right here, this is 2008. I cannot guarantee that the last photo I actually showed you was from 2021, but I can guarantee this one is from 2021. So there you go. Look, still, what the frig? What the friggity frig? That is a man who is 41 years old, and then that is a man over there who is in 2008, I don't know, whatever age. Quick maths don't work for con man. There you go. Sorry about that if that was confusing. You can blame Google for that. Hashtag blame Google. But Morrison and Dolph Ziggler fighting over this Intercontinental title. Let's see who walks out as the champion. I legit can't remember who wins this one. Right hand there from Ziggler. And it's actually amazing how much Dolph Ziggler looks like Hollywood hunk Ryan Nemeth in this current time, right? The Hollywood hunk obviously is a completely different person. He is his brother, but like they look very similar when Dolph Ziggler looked like this.
Submission only to leave with the title. That gives Morrison the proverbial championship advantage.
Isn't the draw tonight on NXT? Yes, it is, my friend. Tonight we will be doing the CMU draw. What is the name of Hell in a Cell that you're watching right now? Hell in a Cell 2009. If you want to take a look, it's right there in the title of the video. Now off the drop kick, count of one, count of two, kick out.
Morrison's feet, will they be the difference in this match? We're talking about CM Punk striking.
RSE says, check this out. We looked at the finest details when anime. Oh, yeah, I did see this one. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to retweet this. If you guys want to go to my Twitter, you can check out exactly what that was. WWE 2K released like a little bit of a video, and it's exciting. It looks good. It's obviously nothing incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's incredible that they were able to make things look this good. But we don't have the full graphics yet, as you can see with me just skipping through there. It's just the rough outlines of the entrances using their placeholders. Count of one and a kick out by John Morrison. Out of these two in 2009, so think back to when it was 2009, out of Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison, who were you higher on? Were you higher on John Morrison or were you higher on Dolph Ziggler? I was higher on Dolph Ziggler, but what's your guys' thoughts? Back in 2009.
Previously had two opportunities at the Intercontinental title, both against Rey Mysterio. Ziggler very impressive at SummerSlam and Night of Champions, but just came up.
And remember, to enter the draw, you have to be an active member, my friends. Oh, there's a punch to the face. Did I know that W. Morrissey used Brock Lesnar's finisher called the F5 in Impact? I like it. It was fire, my guy. What did I think about this? I didn't see it there, Dro Davidson, so I'll have to look at it. In fact, give me a second here, and I can probably pull it up on Twitter. W. Morrissey. W. Morrissey is probably going to have an F5 in there somewhere. Yep, there it is. Oh, F5 to Swan. So the former Big Cass is kind of wrecking it in Impact, isn't he? Good for him. Very good for him. Did you guys see Wardlow? Oh my god, I got to pull this up actually. I got to show you what Wardlow did on AEW Dark. Yeah, look at this. This was nasty. And when I say nasty, I mean legitimately nasty. So Oh, Starship Pain there from John Morrison, but he misses that one. So watch this. Watch this knee, okay? From Wardlow. Boom! Oh! My God! Oh my God! Like, ow! Ow, 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 ow. And who's that? Get Hype. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, Mr. Get Hype. 1, 2, and a kick out by John Morrison. The sell, yeah, the sell afterwards, like everything about that move was incredible. Oh, Ziggler hooking him up, and a kick out by John Morrison. What do I expect to happen tonight on NXT with the Regal announcement? Like, what do you expect to happen next week after tonight? I don't know about next week. What I do think is going to happen is we are going to get Samoa Joe in NXT. I mean, well, it's been confirmed Samoa Joe is going to NXT. We just don't know in what shape or what form. So I'm excited with Samoa Joe. I think he's going to be a big factor into the big changes that Regal is announcing. And in fact, I think Regal is on his way out of being the GM. He's been there for a while. And I think Regal might be looking to move to the side. Samoa Joe would be a fantastic replacement as the GM. He would be. And maybe, you know, that could lead to a match down the line with Samoa Joe. Maybe even versus Karrion Kross. 2 big power slam there by Ziggler and a kick out by John Morrison. Dylan Fury asking how many people are going to be in the draw tonight. However many members there are that are not already in the series, plus...
doesn't need to give Morrison too much time. And there again, focusing on the neck was the challenger for the Intercontinental Championship.
Plus Anthony Dwyer, Lucas Freeman, Cowboy 420, and J Money Jeff. So those 4 redeemed their entry into the CMU. And they are going to get a chance to be in the draw. Ross Block says, I'm going to miss hearing War Games! War Games! War Games! Con, Joe's 90-day no compete clause is up on July 4th, I believe, and NXT Great American Bash is July 6th. You got to keep in mind NXT is part of WWE, so with NXT bringing Joe back in, I don't think that 90-day no compete clause is going to be a thing. But if it is, lines up great, doesn't it? Just that guy is asking me, what is the current situation with Roderick Strong? He hasn't been on TV since the end of 2020. Roderick Strong left with Marina Shafir from NXT. I don't know if they are planning something for Roderick Strong, if he's injured, if he just needed time off, or if they are moving him up to the main roster. I legitimately don't know. I would suggest that they're looking to move him to the main roster. I think they're going to move him and Marina Shafir up together as a duo and kind of work off of them. But they might try to not necessarily be like Mike and Maria Kanellis, but I think they are going to try to position Roderick Strong and Marina Shafir to be a love interest duo on Raw or on SmackDown. Something like that I think is going to happen for Roddy and Marina.
Ziggler's very confident, almost arrogant. He's not champion yet.
Austin Olsen says, I heard that they want Samoa Joe in a wrestling role. I don't know where you heard that, but if you heard it somewhere that is reputable, I am interested. Very interested if that happens. I'd love to see Samoa Joe wrestle. Hell, right after WrestleMania, I thought it was going to be Samoa Joe versus Bobby Lashley. That's what I thought they were going to do.
At least Morrison bought himself some time and has derailed the offense of the challenger for the moment anyway.
The live crowd is when most of these returns will be. I know, right, guys? It feels like we're in such a spinning our tires, almost out of the pandemic, but not quite yet. Like, we're almost back to live crowds, but they're just not there yet. And it's just like we're on a treadmill right now. We're just slowly moving forward.
Well, these two young athletes aren't wrestling, they're fighting now.
And now John Morrison's mojo is beginning to rise.
Nice standing shooting star there from John Morrison, but a kick out by Dolph Ziggler. Did you know, Con, that I'm going to Nevada for SummerSlam? Dude, have a fun time. Legit, have an incredible time. I've been to a SummerSlam before. I went to the final SummerSlam before the pandemic. I was at SummerSlam 2019 in Toronto. You're going to have a fantastic time. Too, kick out by Dolph Ziggler. I hope you get out to the casinos. I hope you have some fun gambling a little bit if that is up your alley. I hope you enjoy those free drinks in the casino. You're going to stay right on the strip, do you think? Like, what's your thought, man? What's your thought? Have a fun time. You were in Toronto too? Dude, that's awesome, Dylan. Christian, yeah, you can absolutely ask me a question.
Ziggler avoided the kick, which he had to do to survive.
Ziggler crawling onto Morrison, again with a cover and another near fall.
Matthew Bonneau, it's like you forget that we met each other. Yeah, I know you were at SummerSlam. That's where I met you. You're one of the 3 people that I've met here on my YouTube journey. I've only met 3 people from my fans or whatever you want to call them. All 3 were at all 3 were at SummerSlam in 2019.
Headbutt right to the neck. Let's find that interesting. Look at Morrison fighting back.
Will we see our second title in as many?
You know, guys, you can just ask the question. You don't have to ask, can you ask a question? Just go ahead and ask. That's what the live chat is for. I'll try to get around to it. Oh, nice takedown there by John Morrison. Big reversal. Dolph Ziggler sent right into the corner post. What is my goal on YouTube? And I'm your favorite YouTuber. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. My goal on YouTube. Well, I've been here for almost 9 years. It'll be 9 years this September that I've been on this platform. And when I started it because I wanted to make Minecraft content. I thought that I could do it. Thought it would be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it. And the channel just kind of grew over time. What it started turning into is something that I saw I could make a career out of. Something that I thought, hey, if I stick with this, if I work hard enough on it, and if I'm able to make people laugh and get people connected to this channel and make them want to subscribe and make them want to tune back in again, then I might have a career. Because I've always wanted to be in front of the camera. And it's a big thing that I don't think a lot of you know, is that I went to school for sport management, I went to school for broadcasting, and I went to school for business. And it's not a secret, it's not something I'm ashamed of, but I didn't finish out any of those programs because YouTube ended up taking off. But anyways, what I got from each one of those programs was a little different something. And what I was going to sport management for was the idea of wanting to get into sports, whatever that sports may be. When I got into broadcasting, the idea was to get into sports radio or get into country music radio or get into something where I'm able to be an on-air presenter, a sports anchor, something like that. That's what I was going to school for. And when I started seeing my YouTube take off and when I started touching on this wrestling content and we started building up more of a fan base, I realized that it was probably a good decision for me to move out of broadcasting, because broadcasting to me was not going to land any jobs past there, and I'd already gotten a lot out of the program, right? Sure, I maybe didn't graduate out of the broadcasting program, but I did 2 full years, and 2 full years of working in studios, 2 full years of setting up like our own backdrops, setting up cameras, learning how to white balance, learning all the tips and tricks that I pretty much needed. And sure, I didn't graduate that 3rd and final year, but I didn't even try the 3rd and final year. I just moved off to business, right? After 2 years of doing it. So the reason I moved to business was because when I saw the YouTube channel starting to take off, I thought it would be really, really good if I had some sort of business sense. Oh, Starship Pain, John Morrison wins. if I had some sort of understanding as to how operating a business works, you know, and I didn't end up... YouTube took off a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. I thought I still had at least another 2 years before YouTube would truly take off, and that's why I went into business, but it took off after being in business for a year, and now I'm sitting here with 3 partial degrees/diplomas, if you will. Don't have anything completed, but someday I'm going to go back to school. Someday I'm going to finish out my business degree at the bare minimum. Or business diploma. Diploma? Yeah, diploma. I'll finish that out at some day. But yeah, all that what I take away from that is it's not something that I failed at. It's something that I got lots of experience out of. And just because I don't happen to have that diploma on the wall that I can hang up, which, by the way, I would love to have someday, but just because I don't have that doesn't mean I didn't get a lot out of my schooling experience, right? I got a ton out of doing broadcasting. I mean, I ran my own radio show for about 4 months there. I ran my own country music radio show. I had to write every single script. I had to figure out the music. I had to put together the show. I had to run the ads in between. Like, I learned a lot. And I'm so grateful that I took broadcasting because I also learned how to speak into a microphone. I learned audio levels. Like, everything that you need for YouTube, basically, I learned through broadcasting. It's just like everything that I did, whether I knew I was meaning to become a YouTuber or not, led me to becoming a YouTuber. But yeah, my goal here on YouTube, I guess after that big ramble right there, is to entertain, is to be in front of the camera, to produce some content that is going to be able to make some people laugh, and is going to be able to get some people to forget about whatever is going on in their personal life. I want to provide a community that people feel a part of. You know, when I was growing up, I didn't really have too many people that watched wrestling, and now that I've got this entire community, all I can think of is like, oh my god, this would have been amazing growing up. So if I was in this live chat, say 10 years ago, myself just being a person talking along, I would love it. You know, it'd be friends to watch wrestling with, to talk wrestling with. So I just want to keep providing that for everybody. I want to continue to provide new and better content. I want to provide the best stuff that I possibly can for all of you. And that involves, you know, tinkering with my content here and there, finding what works for us, finding what doesn't work for us. But I love doing it, man. That's pretty much my answer, the long form answer. But the short form answer is, what do I want to get out of YouTube? I just want to be able to entertain. I really do. I want people to be entertained by my work. Here's Batista and Rey Mysterio backstage. Can we get more roles in the Discord server? I don't know what those roles would entitle. I am involved in the Discord, but the people that you want to refer to for the most part is Raul Kapar and Steve Taylor. Steve Taylor is my head moderator over in the Discord server. Raul Kapar is becoming like the right-hand man of Steve Taylor and myself as well. So like, I would definitely... Any suggestions that you have in the Discord server, that is the place to put it. I believe we have a suggestions tab for you there if you would like to express whatever your ideas are. And our moderators should be able to relay the information to the people that need to hear it, that are able to do something about it. Because like I understand Discord, but there's a reason why I have staff. It's been really fun having a community to go to and talk about wrestling. Back in 2017, I used to only have one friend at school who liked wrestling, and that's who I talked to about wrestling. Yeah, dude, I didn't even have that friend. My first friend that I had that I legitimately was able to talk wrestling with was Bob. You guys saw Bob on this channel. When me and Bob hung out together for Royal Rumble 2017 and we streamed our reactions, that was the very first time myself and Bob had watched wrestling together, like a true live show. And that was the moment when we realized just how big of fans we were of it with each other. So it is really a cool experience when you find that wrestling friend who you can talk about the show with. Here comes Alicia Fox. So there's Alicia Fox. Hey, yo, we got the first don't know of the day. Yeah. Oh, man. Wow, Mania 24 is starting to pick up. Yo, you guys, which one do you want? Mania 21 or Mania 24? You can also do Money in the Bank 11, Money in the Bank 13. But let me know right here in the live chat. This is a close race. Well, thank you, Jason Barker. I appreciate your $5 donation. How you doing today, my man? He says, Supcon, can't stay long. I'm at work, just here to say hi. Well, I appreciate that, Jason. You're a hard-working man, blue-collar working man. Get that paycheck. Earn those buckolas. And show those managers what's up, or show those owners what's up, that you're going to be a big-time manager for them. Mickie James. Is this where Fox becomes the Divas champ?
Long. I'm at work. Just here to stay high.
Just to stay high. Oh, I see. You're just here to stay high. Huh? All right. So here we go. Alicia Fox versus Mickie James. Can I please answer Dro Davidson? Oh, goodness. Did I know that I am going to SummerSlam in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas? No, I did not. Have fun, my friend. Have fun. Can all of you do me a real solid favor as well? We're sitting here at 96 likes. Let's get 4 more in here. Drop that like on this video if you haven't done so, and let's reach 100. As Mickie James and Alicia Fox stare each other down. What did you think of Alicia Fox's career? She was just always kind of there for me. She wasn't bad, but she was just kind of always there. Did I know that Mickie James is in NWA? Yes, I did. Yes. I don't really feel good today. I'll try to stay for NXT, so if I'm not there, can you please DM me if I made it into the CMU? Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. If you don't happen to be there in the live chat tonight and you get picked, I will DM you. One sec, guys.
We talked about it a little earlier. The bad blood between these two has been building up for some weeks now.
Mickie, right to the face. Alicia in trouble. Hooks the leg for the champion and a kick out by Alicia Fox.
It's just actually a little too chilly in this room, everyone, so I just had to yell down for the air to be turned off, because for whatever reason, it's just actually kind of chilly in here. Usually it's boiling hot. But not today. Not nada. Oh, wait. Mickie James ascending up to the top rope. Looking for a boot right there to the midsection of Alicia Fox. Now Mickie. Uh-oh, taken down by Fox, sweeping the legs out from underneath. Now into the cover again. Count of 2 and a kick out. And a back into the cover one more time. Fox trying hard, but Mickie James refusing to go down. RGR football fan. Thank you so much, my friend. Dropping that 2-bomb. Incredibly kind of you. Do I watch soccer? I don't, my friend. I don't. Soccer has never been a sport that I've gotten into. I played it a little bit when I was a kid. I was on the red team. Actually, I believe I was on a red team one year, and I believe I was on the green team another year. Like, man, Conman was making... He was making waves in that minor soccer league. Yeah, making waves. I believe I scored once. Pretty sure I didn't really understand the game. I was like, what, 4, 5? I can remember this one photo. So if you guys played sports growing up, they usually did like a team photo every year. There's this one photo of me in my green shirt, and we are all supposed to be holding on to soccer balls and getting this photo. And I am looking like that. don't know why, but I'm giving just a straight up side glance like that. Don't know why. I found out later that it was because there was a freaking squirrel that ran by. No joke. I gave it a side. I looked while my photo was being taken, smiling, because there was a squirrel that ran by. My mom told me this 10 years later after the photo was taken. She's like, oh yeah, this photo, we were going through it. Hey, you remember this photo? Yeah. The reason you're not looking at the camera is because a squirrel ran by. Were you supposed to see that photo? I mean, no, it's like a photo from when I was 5 years old or something, 4 years old. Oh. Dorothy, should I ask it again? Should I ask my question again? Dorothy, Khan. See, this is the most annoying thing when I gotta scroll up. Khan, if you could make a WWE pay-per-view, what would you name it?
Alicia Fox using the long body to her advantage. Great looking bridge. Whoa.
I don't know.
Mickie James looks to counter. Alicia's in trouble.
Yeah, I had no idea. No idea. Mickie James wins. How about Dick Fest? There you go. Let's name it Dick Fest. I don't know why, but let's name it Dick Fest, all right? Because everybody in the ring is a big old dick. Let's hire like the biggest dicks in professional wrestling. Let's get Austin Aries. Let's get Velveteen Dream. Let's get who else is a giant dick? Let's get Michael Elgin. Let's get the worst possible card you could possibly imagine. Who else is just an absolute piece of shit? Let's get Marty Jannetty on the card. Let's get JBL. Yeah, the JBL versus the Blue Meanie. Book it, Vince. There you go. Hulk Hogan will be the host. Yeah, there you go. All right, Mickie with that win.
Every day I train. Thousands of hours of practice.
Injuries can happen at any time.
I'm going to go now. See you at NXT, everyone. See you later, Mr. Dillon. Have yourself a wonderful day, buddy.
I've had surgery 5 times in my left knee.
You're going to take 5 classes. Teacher assistant for physical education with Coach Below, Cinema 5-6, English, and pre-calc. And something else at Glendale High School in Glendale, California. Oh, nice, man. Nice. Hey, Primitive, how you doing, man? Good to see you. He says, just tuned in. I'm getting ready to go to a city meeting to advocate for the preservation of an archaeological site. They want to cover it with high density homes. With global warming, it's bad. Damn, man, go and fight. Fight hard, man. Fight hard. Fight for what you believe in and fight for what's right. But it's time for Jericho. Well, it's a big show. Yes, it's a big bad show tonight.
Jericho the Big Show had 43 championships between them in their careers.
Did you guys like Jericho together?
For the unified tag team titles.
I think it's a good team together. Thought they were quite solid. We got ourselves a 5-bomb over here from Alan Turner. How you doing, Alan? He says, what time is NXT? NXT is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Tonight. To make it even easier, it is 2:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. So in 7 minutes, it will be 3 o'clock. So then in 5 hours, it will be time for NXT. 5 hours and 7 minutes. Yeah! I don't know what that was, but it was me screaming Batista's theme song.
Batista has found individual success.
I walk alone. And here comes Lil Ray Ray. That's my pueblo. Booyaka, booyaka, 619. Booyaka, booyaka. Booyaka, booyaka. Rey Mysterio. Thank you so much there, Alan.
What time is NXT?
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. One more time. All right. Rey Mysterio and Batista. Here we go. Con, did you see the video where Xavier Woods was singing Batista's theme song at Mania 35? Yeah, that's kind of where it stems from. When I sing it like that. It's a hilarious video.
Batista are great friends. They consider themselves a part of a family. Familia. You heard it Ray earlier. Familia.
How long would you book a WWE show? When would it start and when would it end? And put one match you would book. What?
In their reign as the undisputed tag team champions.
Are you asking a time length of a pay-per-view? How many matches? I don't know. Book a pay-per-view that's probably 3 hours long like normal pay-per-views and book 5 matches on it like normal pay-per-views. Maybe have a 6th match. Build a title match. Like you're asking interesting... I mean, it's not... I'm not trying to dismiss your question because there's no such thing as stupid questions or anything like that, but when you're talking about wrestling, when you just say, hey, what would you do? How would you book this event? It's like, okay, what's the stories? Like, what are the stories leading up to it? Who are the champions going into it? What is going on inside of the world of wrestling at that very moment? Like, there's a bunch of outside factors that go into when it comes up to pay-per-views and how you book a show. It's not just something that you say, oh, book this. Because, like, if you just book it, it's like, it's nothing. It's just names, right? It's just there. There is absolutely zero meaning to the show unless there is a story building up to it. You have hype around the show, and you have actual hype around the matches on the show. So it's incredibly difficult to just sit here and book a show, right? The questions you're asking, they're not bad questions. They're just not questions that are really going to lead to any conversation here. Uh-oh. Oh, 619 misses that one. And then up and over, down 2, count of 2, and a kick out by Chris Jericho as Lil Ray Ray kicks him right in the arm. And he's going to tag in the much larger Batista. I mean, to put based of a story in WWE. Batista now throws Chris Jericho into the corner and a hard clothesline knocks down Jericho. And a right hand from Batista starts hammering away. And he's going to choke out the smaller Chris Jericho. Instant Classic says, Little Ray Ray, really, Con? Dude, I've been calling him Little Ray Ray for like ever. Ever. Now, oh, there's a drop kick from Rey Mysterio right to the chest of Chris Jericho. Would you like some information on the CMU, everyone? You know what has kind of happened during these streams, eh? We have kind of turned it into a little bit of a preview for the CMU as well. Are you guys pumped? Would you like to know what's going on in the CMU this week? Give me a hell yeah in the chat if you would like.
match, whereas Batista and Mysterio have made several tags.
Look at this kick right here. Hear the shoe leather right in the head of Chris Jericho. And now Jericho eats a back elbow.
Let us not forget Jericho and Batista faced off in a one-on-one match, and they said, at least Jericho said, the winner is the face of SmackDown. So I guess Batista...
All right.
Jericho may debate you on that point. Look at this teamwork here.
Jericho would debate anybody on any point.
So, there is going to be two things that I have to tell you about, okay? Two things to tell you because it's kind of like a double-parter, this main event. Not associated with each other, but this week in the main event, everyone, the United States Championship will be on the line as Steve Taylor puts his title on the line against the former champion, the man who was attacked backstage, the man who was not given really any opportunity to defend his title, Joso. Steve Taylor versus Joso in the main event is going to be part one, and part two of our main event is we are going to have some words from the man known as Hunter Hand. Hunter Hand will speak to finish off the show this week. What does Hunter Hand have to say to all of us? What does he have to say regarding the WWE Championship after last week with Conman the Canadian, Hunter Hand screwing Cody Bagg out of the WWE title? That is going to go down here this week. So, Hunter Hand speaks to us in the main event, and Steve Taylor puts his U.S. title on the line against Joso. This is our go-home show before Money in the Bank. Not this Thursday coming up, but next Thursday is the CMU Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Oh my God, Ray just got slapped off the side there by Big Show. But I hope you guys are excited for this week's main event. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Actually, you know what, guys? I got one other thing. I have one other thing. After last week, if you remember correctly, there was a lot of words thrown around about Robert Briggs. How Robert Briggs had been beaten by Raul Kapar. How Robert Briggs had been beaten by Christian Vega. And how Ahmed believes he is the best big man, even better than Robert Briggs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after last week, we now know that the opening match on the card will be Ahmed versus Robert Briggs. Two gigantic men. Robert Briggs makes his return to open the show. Big fight. That's this Thursday. Oh, Rey Mysterio hung up over those middle ropes. Into the cover, count of two, and a kick out by Rey.
Five-time world champion, has won 9 Intercontinental titles. No one has ever won that many. That's not luck.
Ahmed is still looking for his first win inside of the CMU. Jericho's got a little bit of a, whatever it's called, a full Nelson locked in right here on Rey Mysterio. Is there anything else I can tell you as well about the show?
Over 16,000 strong here in Newark, New Jersey, the brand new Prudential Center known as the Rock.
No, there's not. There's nothing more I can tell you about the show. You'll have to tune in this Thursday to find out the rest. Hey, Drunk Face, my man. So I want to be 100% honest right here with you. I like your story where we're heading with it. I just couldn't fit it where I wanted to for Money in the Bank. The original goal was to build your story to Money in the Bank. I kind of dropped you, but I will be picking back up your story after Money in the Bank. Okay? Just didn't quite fit with what I was going on once I finalized the card with Money in the Bank. I thought I had one more match to kind of fill, but I didn't. That match actually ended up getting filled by Tevin Walker and Lou Dog for the #1 contendership for the WWE, or sorry, for the World Heavyweight Championship. Or no, is it for both? Did I say both? Or no, World Heavyweight title. It's World Heavyweight title. That's what it is. You don't know exactly your story? It's cool. Your issues with Bob. The issues that you have with Bob. And the reason why you don't know much about your story is because the story has just kind of started. It hasn't really gone underway, right? You got to think that if I was building to Money in the Bank, we would have been telling it within the past few weeks. Which we will definitely pick back up after Money in the Bank. Oh, big shot right there. Batista! Into the cover, 2 kick out by Jericho. Look at the greatest taking back the $1 million US Championship and immediately straight to the main event. Also bringing along Josa with me. Y'all know you love to admire me. Tim Sullivan says Mitty left the community, I think. Nope, he's still here. He's still here. When WWE 2K22 comes out, can you post the CMU Arena in the community creations? Sure, I will try to do that this year. I know that I said in past I would post all the CMU stuff, and I just never did it. So maybe that'll be a thing that I do right from the start. 2 big spine buster kick out by Jericho. But Big Show pulling him out of the ring now. Also, by the way, everyone, we kind of have some exciting news when it comes to the Unnamed Wrestling Podcast with myself, C Wrestling, and Botch Guy. With me doing the reviews here on this channel after Raw and after SmackDown and after the pay-per-views now, it makes little sense as to why we do an actual review show live. But we are still going to be talking live every single week. We are still going to be talking about the world of wrestling. We're going to try to cover some news. We're going to try to cover some rumors. We're going to talk about some big talking points in the world of wrestling. It's just going to be a really good time. So myself, Botch Guy, and C Wrestling are continuing on with the Unnamed Wrestling Podcast, but it is going to be more so about the world of wrestling and not just reviewing the actual shows. So I'm excited to talk wrestling with those guys. I think that the best show that we have done yet was when the releases happened. And when those releases happened, you know, it wasn't fun talking about the releases, but overall I thought we did a really good job with it, and I'm excited to see where we move from here, because the reviews, we don't want to burn you out, right? We just don't want to have you hear my takes on the show after Monday Night Raw when you watch it live for 3 hours, then watch the review show, and then watch the Unnamed Wrestling review on Wednesdays, right? It'd be too much. It'd be overkill with reviews. So now we're going to talk about wrestling as a whole instead. Oh my God, Rey Mysterio breaking up that pinfall! So if you have ever watched the show Hold the Rope before, that I used to have on this channel, I believe it is going to be somewhat similar, not exactly, but somewhat similar to how I styled Hold the Rope, with talking about news, talking about the major talking points, and then having a conversation with the guys that I have in on the show. Jericho goes for a moonsault, and he can't land it. Hits hard on his knee. You're going to talk about things outside of WWE on the review, like Impact and All Elite Wrestling. Major talking points. Major talking points. We aren't going to be cover every single thing, right? There's probably just not enough time to cover absolutely every single thing. But we will be covering mostly WWE based, but there will be some talk on the world of wrestling. You know, if some people sign somewhere, there's some rumors, yada, yada, yada. Like, we'll talk about it. I don't like to focus too much into rumors. So it will be rumors that have some sort of substance behind them, if that makes sense. Like Samoa Joe going to NXT. That became a thing that, you know, was a heavy rumor that got confirmed, and now we're speculating as to what his role in NXT will be, right? So things like that.
Rey Mysterio pinning the Big Show.
The best way I want to say it is if Fightful is covering it, we're probably going to cover it. And I'm not going to take everything that Fightful does and put it on this channel, obviously. But Fightful is a very reliable source that I trust when it comes to when it comes to respecting the wrestling business and not exposing things that they shouldn't be exposing, right? So that's going to be mostly it, in my opinion. I think whatever Fightful is willing to cover, will be willing to cover, and whatever Fightful kind of stays away with a 10-foot pole, will probably stay away with a 10-foot pole as well. We don't want to be doing random speculation, right? We want to be speculating, but with a bit of a reason, like a legit reason as to why we would be speculating about something. You're probably going to have to avoid the other company, right? The other company being AEW. I mean, we don't have to avoid anything. It's just whether or not we'll get taken down for speaking about their product. I think we'll be fine if we talk about it. Oh my God, Big Show just knocked Rey out of the midair. Rey is out. 2, it's over. Damn. The KO punch. Jericho wins, and Big Show puts all 4 titles over his shoulder.
Rey is still out, unfortunately. Mysterio delivering 2 619s. What's that, a 1238?
Rey Mysterio being attended to by Batista.
Massive right hand.
What a right hand that was.
Again, proving to be a difference maker.
Jericho gets his titles. Big Show gets his titles. That was good. That was a really entertaining match. Remember to vote, though, for which show we should watch next week. Vote Mania 21, vote Money in the Bank 11, vote Mania 24, and vote Money in the Bank 13. MITB, MITB for Money in the Bank. Are you excited for tomorrow? Monday Night Raw from July 15th, 1996, going down tomorrow on this channel. Are you pumped? Raw is War. I don't believe it's quite the Raw is War, but I'm so excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it. Now you have to remember, Monday Night Raw in 1996 was on the verge of just before the takeoff. 1996 was not a great year overall for wrestling, but for WWE, but towards the back half of it, they started picking up a little bit. Then they started moving into 1997, and things really picked up throughout 97. So we get to see what the 96 edition of Raw looked like. We get to see the build of all the superstars, right? I feel like a monster. Oh, that's that theme song that's playing. Feel like a monster. Cena versus Orton inside in the cell. It's coming up next. Who do I think will be next to be called up from NXT or NXT UK? I think when Walter eventually loses, he should skip NXT and go straight to the main roster. He's a big guy and Imperium would rule. I think on the main roster, Walter needs to do something completely fresh. I love the idea of Walter being in a faction. I think Imperium needs to die for Walter to go to the main roster. I do. I don't think Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel are going to be able to deliver what he needs them to deliver on the main roster. I'm sorry, but Imperium without Walter in NXT is slightly on the boring side. They just are. They're not all that entertaining. They're not as impressive as Walter, right? So they're just not as feared, is I believe the big deal. So I think Walter needs to go to the main roster, and he needs to reform a stable. He needs to reform a stable, starting with Cesaro. Straight up. Start with Cesaro, Walter and Cesaro inside the same stable. then you can look elsewhere. You could look if you wanted to bring in just a tag team to fill out the roles, or if you wanted to bring up somebody from NXT to fill that role, or if you want to go with 2 other single superstars on the main roster. But you start with Cesaro. You do Walter and Cesaro in the same faction, and watch the money. Have Cesaro dressed in his suit, do the thing behind his back. Like, you could even have Imperium moved up to the main roster, but don't call up Eichner and don't call up Bartel. Move Imperium up, the idea of Imperium, but have Cesaro take over. Or what if they started telling the story like, say, Walter was in NXT UK and all of a sudden Cesaro showed up in NXT UK and took out Fabian Eichner and took out Marcel Bartel, and all of a sudden then Walter shows up on SmackDown or shows up on Raw and he's got Cesaro by his side, and they introduce 2 other people by their side to make it a foursome. I don't know who those other 2 could be, but Walter and Cesaro together would be just so much fun. Nah, not just Walter and Cesaro. You need at least a 3rd. At least. Who could it be? Is there another European that would make sense? Feel like a monster. That would mean turning Cesaro heel. Would it? Because here's my question. What if you just present them as just badasses? Walter, his character is all about respect in the ring. Right? He's all about respect for the mat. So they could go with the idea of respect. Punch you in your face if you don't respect them, but respect. And Cesaro would fit really well into that role. Who do you guys think, if we were able to fill out that roster with anybody, fill out that faction, I should say, who would you guys like to see with them? Is there a tag team that makes sense? It's too bad Murphy is gone. Murphy would be incredible with that role. Walter, Cesaro, and Ali. If they want to add another person, maybe Mansoor. I don't like Ali with that. I'll be honest. I do not like Ali with that. I would have... Oh! Drew and Sheamus! Drew and Sheamus. Walter. Cesaro. Drew. Sheamus. That'd be so good. Yo, King of Fate, that's good. Walter, Cesaro, and Dunn. That's the one. Right there. Walter, Cesaro, and Dunn. Yes, 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 yes. I would be so down for that. That sounds like an incredible trio. Walter, Cesaro, and Dunn. That would be an incredible trio. Built off respect, but we will hurt you if you don't respect us. I like that better than Drew and Sheamus in it. I really do. Who's this? Humberto Vergara. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the channel. Good to have you. Thatcher's a cool idea there as well, Retro. I don't want to be calling up too many people at once, which is what I'm a little bit afraid of if we have a 4th person in that group. Cesaro is the man who is established on the main roster. Walter is the big guy. And then Pete Dunne would be the man that you can put in any single match. I mean, you could put Cesaro in any match as well, but like legitimately, Pete Dunne would be the man that you build up for the future. Walter would be the forefront of the group. You would have Cesaro by the side, being the veteran who is just kind of standing there looking tough in his suit. And then Pete Dunne would be the man, the workhorse of the group. Barbie Dreamhouse, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the channel.
Damn, 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 damn.
Well, Anthony Dwyer says, damn. But John Cena, this man, is it most wins in WWE history, or is it most matches wrestled in WWE history? What is it that Cena has?
This contestant for fall is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 245 pounds, Randy Orton. And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, he is the current WWE champion,
All right.
John Cena.
How long until WWE pulls the trigger on Walter and Cross? I mean, they can't torment us forever, can they? Like, a legit question, guys, because we all love what NXT brings to the table. Do you think that Raw and SmackDown would just be like 10 times better if NXT was not a thing? Like, imagine all of the superstars that they have stockpiled on NXT. Can you imagine if they were debuting Karrion Kross on Raw? Can you imagine if they debuted Keith Lee on Raw? Like, legitimately at the start of their careers. Not like after a couple years run in NXT, no. Like, at the start of their career, they debut them on the main show. Right? Like, I'm not crapping on NXT whatsoever because I love NXT. Alan Turner says, no, Raw's creative team just sucks. They've sucked recently. And they not even recently. They have written a lot of bad segments, but also they have written some pretty good segments recently as well. Okay? We can't just immediately dismiss what Raw has been doing because it has been creative. We maybe haven't thought it was the best, but it has been creative, right? They're doing this whole stuff with Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Like, you cannot deny the fact that it's creative. You just maybe don't like it. Like, but it's creative, right? Same with the stuff with Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley. They're trying their best with Bobby Lashley to build him up into becoming something big. It's just, you know, you're probably not a fan, myself included. I'm not a fan of seeing Bobby Lashley versus McIntyre. Again, I think there's decent stuff on the show. Raw creative would give Cross a spaceman gimmick. Oh no. Oh no. But I hope you're enjoying this show. If you are, make sure you leave that like on this video. And there's a right hand from Orton, and Cena continue to battle on here. Randy Orton is barely aged at all either. My day's going pretty good. Pretty good here today. Oh, John Cena shoulder tackle to Randy Orton. Oh, Cena went for another shoulder tackle and Orton ducked underneath. So in 2009 here, were you guys behind John Cena or were you behind Randy Orton in 2009? I would have been behind Cena at this point. Yeah. The cell has been weaponized. Oh yeah, Jon Moxley and Renee Young had their baby girl as well, guys. Yeah, they had their baby girl. That's exciting for Jon Moxley. NXT needs more women's tag teams. They've done a pretty good job. Have they not? I feel like they could probably use one more right now. But I feel like they've done a pretty good job building up the women's tag team titles in NXT. They've been actually managed better than the ones on the main roster. Honest question, Con. Would you rather go toe-to-toe with Roman as a writer and your character is Big E, or would you go against Bobby with anyone on Raw's roster? Let me try to read that again so I can understand exactly what you're asking. So, would I rather go toe-to-toe with Roman as a writer and my character is Big E? So if I'm Big E, would I like to go toe-to-toe with Roman Reigns as a writer? Or would I go against Bobby with anyone on Raw's roster? So if I'm Big E, would I go up against... Not trying to be a dick. I just don't think I understand the question. Would I rather go toe-to-toe with Roman as a writer while I'm Big E? Or would I go against Bobby and beat anyone on Raw's roster? I'm writing for Big E. I don't know. I don't think I get it. I'm writing for Big E. Would I rather go head to head with Roman or toe to toe with Roman as a writer? But I'm writing for Big. I don't think I understand. I'm sorry, buddy.
You can almost see the wheels turning. Exactly. I mean, you know, you talk about strategy. I don't know. I don't know if
Randy Orton's got those steel steps inside the ring. The pole is frozen. Well, let's refresh the pole. All right. Let's see what happens with the pole. I'm the creative writer for Big E. Okay, but what I think it's just more so the way that this question is being phrased. You're asking, would I rather be the writer for Big E going up against Roman Reigns, or would I rather be the writer for anybody going up against Bobby Lashley? Is that what you're asking? Oh, Cena protecting himself. Yes, that's what you're asking? Okay. In terms of being a writer, I mean, Roman Reigns is definitely somebody that you can have a better story with. So Roman, right? If you're looking to write Big E against Roman Reigns, it's a bigger story than Bobby versus anybody on Raw. You can do Bobby versus Brock. That's the only other one that would be a bigger match. Do I know what Renee and Jon Moxley named their kid? I don't. Cena's got the steel steps. He's going to launch it at Orton. Orton, oh my God, Orton getting out of the way. Just in the nick of time. Uh-oh. Orton, oh my God, there's the backbreaker from Orton.
the champion at 2. And Orton crawls to the cover. He hooks the leg this time for the championship, and a kick out by the champion at 2. And remember, King, there really is no advantage to the champion in this type of matchup because there are no countouts or disqualifications.
You're right, and that's why.
Trademark Randy Orton.
Oh, I'm muted. Crap. Crap, did you not hear anything that I just said there, guys? Whoops. Well, I was saying that there was a blade. My bad. Well, I was pointing out the blade. I was just pointing out that blade right there. That fell out of John Cena's hand, I believe.
Can you feel it, Michael? The momentum has changed. John Cena with a
You can't see me, says John Cena.
And his name is John Cena!
Will the What podcast come back? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. The What podcast was just something that I tried, and it just no, wasn't the right move.
Count Randy Orton out of anything.
And Randy Orton now setting up Cena. No steal.
Ross Block says John Cena has had 1,731 wins out of his 2,180 matches. The most wins out of anyone in WWE history. Incredible. What a career John Cena had. Remember to leave that like on this video. Let's reach 150 likes today. That would be amazing.
Again on the champion. John Cena in.
Kick out by Cena.
2 again. Saw a desperate look on the face of Cena when he powered out.
We will keep our eyes open. Oh, wait a second. Did Cena go for the blade there? And look at Orton. What a sports entertainer Randy Orton is, man. Like, what a good entertainer. This man is coiled. Ready to hit the RKO.
wants to deliver that RKO.
And if he does, he may win the championship.
Cena is in a lot of trouble. Randy Orton looking for the RKO. Coiled. Oh, reverse there by Cena. Cena has him up on his shoulders. Randy Orton hit with the attitude adjustment. Into the cover goes John Cena. 2. Kick out by Orton. Randy kicks out. Oh, big kick out by Jonathan.
But what's so devastating for Cena, King, is he kicked out.
Thoughts on Loomis with Orton and Riddle? Nah. I don't want to see that. At least I don't think I want to see it.
Well, John Cena, I firmly believe, knew in his mind after the attitude adjustment he was going to win this match. And Randy Orton did not allow it to happen.
When they do the draft, they should include NXT and allow some main roster talent to go to NXT. Naomi to NXT, she would benefit hugely under Triple H. You know what? I agree. NXT should be in the draft this year, and NXT should get some people from the main roster called down to NXT. Called over to NXT. That's what needs to happen. It worked for Ember Moon. It worked for Finn Balor. If you're not using them on the main roster, build their star power back up. Oh, electric chair to John Cena from Randall Orton. Now Randy into the cover again, count of 1. And a kick out by Cena.
And that time it was a desperate look in the face of Orton. What does he need to do to win the title?
Randall, yes, Randall. Randall Keith Orton. That's what RKO stands for.
The problem inside Hell in a Cell, too, is the match can turn just like that.
Randall Keith Orton. Yep, that was his born name. His given name. My throat's getting sore. I've been doing a lot of commentary recently. Like, a lot. I need to get back into the peppermint tea, don't I? Uh-oh. John Cena trying to fight his way out of this one. Punch to the face from John Cena. Another punch to the face from John, and down goes Orton. Cena looking for a leg drop. Oh, he misses the leg drop. Cena hits hard. King of Fate is saying, am I the only one who wants another R-Truth and Brock Lesnar segment? I don't think you're the only one. It was funny when it happened, wasn't it? That feels like years ago, like legitimate years ago. And I know it was, but like when I say years, I mean like 10 years ago. Like stuff with live crowds feels forever. Now Cena in trouble as Orton lines up the steel chair to the back of his neck. Or no! Just drove it right down into the back of his neck. Again to the neck of Cena. Or at least this time it's the midsection. But Cena kicks out. All right. All right, Jonathan.
He's got issues. Oh, the demons inside his head are raging. Randy Orton is just twisted.
And now Orton's going to go down. I thought he was looking for the cover, but he's got Cena's head on the steel chair. Oh, just stomps on it.
This is what Orton's doing. Randy Orton, who loves to stomp his opponent. Physical as well as psychological, takes so much out of your opponent when Randy Orton does this. How much punishment can John Cena take? Well, the fact there's a steel chair under his skull doesn't help matters any.
Oh, no. Orton, what is he thinking? Randy, what are you thinking? Oh, he just drops his knee right on the chair.
Who goes knee first into the chair? Orton was going to deliver a devastating knee drop with Cena's head on the chair. Now look at Cena.
Cena now into the STF. Cena looking to put him away, and he's got him locked in here. Orton is in the center of the ring with nowhere to go. Is he going to tap out to John Cena? Orton clawing his way across that mat, trying to get to the ropes. Is there even any rope breaks inside Hell in a Cell? I don't believe there is there? No rope breaks. The referee can't do anything. Randy's got to drag himself even closer to those ropes, and now trying to pull himself out of that ring. Cena. Oh my God, Cena being hung up over that rope, starting to be choked out as Orton keeps moving himself forward. Cena's got no choice but to let go. That was cool. KK says, you've never seen this pay-per-view before. No, I don't believe I have. I've seen certain matches from it, but I don't believe I've seen the whole pay-per-view. Cena back into the STF. Orton, is he going to tap out? The referee is down. Orton taps out. And Cena releases the hold. That was a thing they went to all the time with John Cena. Ref bump into the STF. His opponent taps out. And Cena doesn't win because the ref is down. They did that a lot with John Cena. Trying to get the referee back up to his feet. Appreciate that, KK. Welcome to the channel, man. Now Cena's got Orton back in the... Or sorry, Cena's got the referee back in the ring. Orton, though, ready to strike with an RKO. Game over. Referee to the cover. 1, 2. Cena kicks out. Oh. And Orton's pissed. That was a slow count, wasn't it? What would you pick as Randall's retirement match? An old feud or new talent, and who? Depends on who is around. If Orton is planning on wrestling for like another 10 years, which he might, it'll probably have to be a young guy. If he is ready to call it quits within the next 2 years or so, I would say John Cena has to be his final match. Either John Cena or Edge would have to be Orton's final match. If he is gone in within the next 2 years. Who do you guys think you would like to see Orton wrestle in his retirement match if it happened within the next 2 years? I mean, you could do Riddle as well. You could do Riddle because of the current story. But again, that's a thing that you can only find because of the story, right? So in 2 years' time, who knows what the story is with Orton? My God, Cena being choked out. Orton is choking the life out of John Cena. Cena literally trapped. Nowhere to go for Cena. He's out cold. My God. John Cena is out. The referee got John Cena out of it, and Cena collapses into the mat. Yeah, Matthew? We were talking about that a little bit earlier. Congratulations to Jon Moxley and Renee Young. Wait a second, is Orton thinking punt? Oh, he's totally thinking punt. Uh-oh. Randy thinking of kicking Cena's head right off. He did. Into the cover. 2. It's over. Randy Orton is the champion. Was Cena the champ coming into this? Yes, he was. New WWE champion, Randy Orton. Well, that was good. All right, that was good, man. That was good. Hell in a Cell. Orton retains, or not retains. Sorry, Orton wins his WWE championship. Sounds good, Jason Dreamer. Charge them up. Give him a little charge job, you know? Get charged. They talk to me. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. They talk to me. Talk to me. Nora Zeron, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the channel. Good to have you. Sets up the Iron Man match at Bragging Rights. Is that what it is? Dro Davidson, what I'm going to say, my friend, is that if I don't get around to your comment there, within, like, 10 minutes, ask it again, all right? Because what I got to do is I got to scroll up and I got to find it, and sometimes when I get to the comment, I've passed over it, right? So he says, Conman, Cena is looking for revenge at Reigns because he destroyed his friends. He also wants the WWE Universal World Heavyweight title. So, Dro, while I appreciate that comment, not every single comment needs an answer, right? And I appreciate that. But can't get around to every single thing. So if I read your comment out loud, that's one thing. But to keep, every time you make a comment, to keep going back and saying, hey, can you read the comment? Can you read the comment? Can you read the comment? It requires me to scroll up to find the comment. So just ask it again, okay? And if I don't get around to it after 2 or 3 times you've asked it, then it's probably just not a conversation. All right?
But powerful enough to help him capture the WWE Championship.
What about this match? Brock versus Undertaker versus Big Show versus Mark Henry versus Big Show versus Mark Henry versus Big Show. It's a lot of Big Shows and Mark Henrys. Cena can't even believe what happened. He was that out cold. Rafi Khan Islam, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the channel. And C-Trush, how you doing? Welcome to the channel as well. Talk to me, talk to me. That's just exactly it, King of Fate. I do a lot of reading in my head because if I was reading every single comment out loud, it would be like this. Hello, everyone. Hey, Rebecca. It's annoying as well. We can't have the vote end in a tie. Just done with work. Hey, Rebecca. Khan doesn't always read the comments out loud. Sometimes he reads them in his head. He does get a lot of messages in the live chat as well, so don't feel bad. We got... Oh, whoa. Citrus is a Woohoo! We got Mr. Verified over here. How you doing, boy? Look at that. He's got that little check mark. I've never even heard of you, man. I'm going to take a look at you right now. Look at that little verified checky mark. Well, welcome to the stream, buddy. Oh, dope. Dope. Well, welcome, my friend. I'm going to drop that subscription right over there on your channel now. Talk to me, talk to me. Yo, dude, your 2K18 stuff hit hard. 2K17 as well. Hulk versus the Great Khali. Dude, Hulk versus Brock Lesnar. Oh, you hit hard, man. 3.3 mil, 5.2, 6.7. Dude, look at that heat over there, man. Citrus. Everybody go check out his channel. Do I watch Baseball Con? A little bit. A little bit here and there. What about this match? The Fiend versus the Demon. You mean the Demon Balor? Sure. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. But I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan, if you are wondering which team I root for.
Very disappointed John Cena here tonight at Hell in a Cell. What a battle.
So, still to come in this episode here today, we have R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre, and this is a very young Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre versus R-Truth, Kofi Kingston versus The Miz versus Jack Swagger for the U.S. title, and then D-Generation X, second, versus Legacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time.
Here, guys, I'll drop the link to his channel right here for you, okay? For people who are wondering. Mr. R-Truth backstage.
Weeks, you and Drew McIntyre have been at odds. Let's take a look now at your many confrontations.
Have I been excited for WWE 2K22? Yes, I'm really excited. I was very, very excited for WWE 2K20, and I'm not sure if you heard the whole story of what happened on this channel with it, but I put about 70 hours of work into creating the Conman universe, recreating it, which is our universe mode, including people from the live chat and all that sort of stuff. But it took me like 70 hours to create it, and then WWE 2K20 just washed it. Like, it corrupted my file, and it was all gone. So I went back to 2K19, and I've been playing 2K19 literally ever since 2K19 got released. So it's been so long since I played a new WWE game. Of course, 2K21 wasn't there, and now 2K22 is coming out. So I'm legitimately jazzed. I'm so pumped.
Just getting started.
Oh, McIntyre, the chosen one, though. He's just getting started. And it's going to be cool watching this back because Vince McMahon was right about Drew McIntyre. 2K19 has been your home as well since you've had so many errors. Like, it was just unplayable, wasn't it? 2K20 was the worst game I have played, especially in a wrestling series. I just could not play it. It was such a big flop. I hope what they end up doing is I hope they end up doing the 2-year breaks with a DLC in the middle. Like, not a full-on DLC that you have to buy, but like an update, right? It would be cool, like, you know, if they added in more entrances, more theme songs, more moves. Like, if somebody changes their character midway through the year, well, it would be cool if we had an update. I think every 2 years, a new WWE 2K game should come with some updates along the way. Hell, WWE could they could do something like GTA, where GTA was just a giant friggin' game and they constantly updated, constantly added to it. Like, that could easily be WWE 2K. They could just call it WWE 2K and update it constantly. But obviously there's more money in DLCs and buying games every single year and all that. But it'd be cool. And I see you just dropped that little follow over there on the not the YouTube, over on Twitter. I'm gonna drop that follow back. Citrush, yeah. My man, welcome to the channel as well. How you doing? But it's time for R-Truth. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I tried making so many arenas because that's how I get legendary usually in CC. But this game crashes when you try. Brutal. Brutal, 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 brutal. Oh, thank you, Citrush. Appreciate it. That's such a kind tweet. So kind of you, man. You're putting me over. You're putting me more over than any other wrestler gets put over in their entire lifetime. Thank you, man. Con, try Wrestling Empire. What's Wrestling Empire? Never heard of it. Wrestling Empire for Nintendo Switch. Hang on, what's this? Wrestling Empire apps on Google Play. Wrestling Empire on Steam. Wrestling. Oh, here comes Drew McIntyre before he even had... Oh, we don't even get his old theme song. We don't get Broken Dreams. I'm glad you're having a nice vibe in here, Mr. Citrush. We love hanging out and chatting wrestling. So anytime that we're live, we would love to chat with you as well, buddy. You're more than welcome to join us anytime. It's a sequel to Wrestling Revolution. Oh! Oh! Well... Wrestling Empire. How much is it? On Steam. Hang on, guys. I had a lot of fun with Wrestling Revolution, but this is the updated version, so... Okay. Steel cage matches. Dope. 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 Planned release date 2021. Add to your wish list. So when does it get released? Sometime this year? Well, we might very well check that out at some point. So here we go. R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre in Drew McIntyre's first ever pay-per-view. This man, he was incredibly young back in this time. I think he was, what, 20... Well, actually, we can do some quick maths. Drew McIntyre age... He is currently 36 years old. This is in 2009. So 2021 minus 2009 is 12. So 12 years younger. He was 34, correct? Is that what I just said? 34? Or 36? Okay, cool. So he was 24 at the time here in this matchup. Maybe 23, depending on his birthday. There you go. And now R-Truth begins working. What a high angle throw. You're kidding? Into the cover. Count of 2 kick out by R-Trizzle. Wrestling Empire has a lot of new features, motions, and animations. It's already released. Well then, okay. I must have missed that on Steam somehow. I can take a look into that.
I want to thank everyone watching us around the world, from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Canada, and of course on the Armed Forces Network. You've seen both the
I believe this match led to Drew fighting for the IC title, and then Drew McIntyre won the IC title. Is that correct?
History-making night already. Well, McIntyre took advantage of the R-Truth and the official.
Oh, McIntyre now just hammering away. So did you guys like Drew McIntyre when he first came around back in 2009? Were you a fan? I know I was. I noticed him right from the start. He was just one of those guys that you kind of... your attention was drawn to, wasn't it? Ross Block says he beat Morrison for the IC title. Okay, all right. They even have an exploding barbed wire match where every time you bounce off the ropes, it explodes. No way. Dope. Citrus is asking me, would love to know some of your favorite wrestlers. So, my friend, I have a bit of a complicated history when it comes to my favorite wrestlers, because for a long period of time, it was Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho, over the last 2 years, has just completely fallen down, out of the picture for me. Like, he's just... I have not been able to get into what Jericho is doing and the person that he has become. So he has kind of fallen way down off of my list. So then what I would usually follow up with is I would say it's either Dolph Ziggler or Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, because it's frickin' Shawn Michaels. He was incredible. His stuff with Undertaker, WrestleMania 25, was one of the very first pay-per-view matches I ever saw. So I've got a connection to that one there. Dolph Ziggler, though, because when I was growing up, I followed his entire career right from the start. I can remember when he was going around backstage saying, "Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler," and shaking everybody's name, shaking everybody's hand and introducing his name to everyone. It was just, I saw it right from there. And I watched his career develop. I saw him cash in Money in the Bank. I saw the whole stuff with Del Rio, the face turn, working with AJ Lee, working with Big E. I saw his stuff against Sting with the Authority. Like, he has just been one of those guys that I've always been able to connect with him throughout his entire career. Plus, he's very similar to Shawn Michaels, so it's kind of like I'm getting a modern-day Shawn Michaels, right? So I would say that is probably my two favorites right now. Based on the day, it's either going to be Dolph Ziggler or Shawn Michaels. Dolph Ziggler for active competitor, probably Shawn Michaels for his entire career. You can also say that I'm a giant fan of Drew McIntyre. I have been for a long time. I followed his career after he left the WWE and became Drew Galloway. I followed him on the Indies for a little bit. He was one of the first guys I actually followed through the Indies. His stuff in WCPW was awesome. And so I became pretty much a big Drew McIntyre fan, watched him in NXT, and obviously watched him become the guy that he is here today as well. So I like Drew McIntyre. Oh, Future Shock DDT. Down goes Truth, and that is going to be it. It's over. Yeah, I'd probably say that. Let's start with those ones. I like Randy Orton. I like John Cena, if we're getting really into them. But at the top of my list, I used to say my top 3 was Chris Jericho, Dolph Ziggler, and Shawn Michaels. Jericho falling off of that, so my top 2 would be Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler, depending on the day. How about you, man? How about you? What's some of your favorite wrestlers? Marco Jacob says Johnny Gargano is this generation's Shawn Michaels. My least favorite is the Lucha House Party. Yes. Freaking Luchas, man. Foley, because I met him when I was a young kid. That's awesome. That's awesome. Did he tell you to have a nice day? I hope so.
Go out on the town, celebrate these victories.
You guys are talking about hitting a town tonight. This is hell in a cell. Whether you win or lose, you don't just walk away.
King of Fate, you do not spread misinformation in here. F the Lucha, okay? FTL.
That sale was there last week at Raw.
Cody and I spent an hour in that thing before the show. We studied it, we strategized. Not to mention, we're younger, faster, stronger than DX. I think we have every right.
Man, Cody and Ted DiBiase. It's amazing that they pinned, or not pinned, they basically focused in on Ted DiBiase being the breakout of this group. But Cody Rhodes was the man who went on to change wrestling. What's with the Lucha beef? Do you remember the Lucha House Party rules against the Revival? I will never forgive him for that.
I'm not your old man. I'm the WWE champion. And if I were you two, when I had something to say, I'd listen.
If I were you, I wouldn't underestimate us.
Ted DiBiase Jr. saying, if I were you, I wouldn't underestimate us. You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, so you're either on this channel, you're either ETL or you're FTL. You either embrace the Lucha or you F the Lucha, okay? So which one are you, all right? Decision time. All right, decision time there, Sit Rush. Decision time. We need you to make a decision. Are you team ETL or are you team FTL? If you are team FTL, I will love you long time. If you're team ETL, you are dead to me. So make your wise decision here, bud.
Are here, but what about what we just heard from DiBiase and Rhodes moments ago? You think they're taking this Hell in a Cell a little too lightly?
No, I don't think DiBiase and Rhodes are taking it a little too lightly, but I don't know how Randy Orton...
They have good titles and nice new moves in Wrestling Empire, okay?
We have the United States Championship.
Oh, I see the crowd is start. I gotta give it some time. Oh! Oh! The ultimate tweener, I see. All right. I see how it is. Okay, man, I see how it is. So you're gonna just be here. You're gonna be in my live chat, and you're going to be in the middle. You're gonna fence sit. Okay. Well, what I gotta say, if you're gonna fence sit here, then, my man, I'm gonna try to sell you on something. I'm gonna try to sell you on FTL. And the reason why I'm going to try to sell you on FTL, okay, my man, is because you cannot embrace the Lucha. All right, I'm going to look you in the eye. You cannot embrace the Lucha. If you embrace the Lucha, you're going to die early. That's a fact. It's a matter of fact, okay? You have to F the Lucha. You do not embrace it. If you embrace it, you die. Plain and simple, okay?
In Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, dude, I'm glad you're having a wonderful time here, man. I'm really glad you're having a wonderful time.
All sewers lead to Newark.
Oh, the Miz.
And it makes
This is early Miz.
would the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles be here?
His voice is so different.
This is my plea to Mayor Booker. Mayor Booker, please ban me from this city forever.
Please.
So I actually have an excuse never to come back here.
The Miz. You can see that Mike's skills from the beginning. He was a little rough around the edges, but you can see what they were looking to build him into. You really can.
This will be the place where I became the United States champion.
Is this when he becomes U.S. champ? It might very well be, because Daniel Bryan would be close. And I'm awesome. You know what? He might actually very well win the U.S. title here, because his stuff with Daniel Bryan is in, what, 2010? Yeah, when did Daniel Bryan come to WWE? So Daniel Bryan came to WWE in 2009, 2010. So he resigned. Went to FCW. He made his debut on the February 23rd edition of NXT in 2010. Okay. He went 0-5 in NXT. After losing 5 more matches on NXT, then, okay, so he got his first victory on the May 10th edition of Raw by pinning Santino Marella in an 8-on-4 handicap match. The following night on NXT, he was eliminated from the show along with Michael Tarver, as neither man had confidence in themselves to win the competition. Rion Lucas, thank you for subscribing. Okay, so after that happened, then on May 31st edition of Raw, Bryan was granted a match against The Miz by Ashton Kutcher, the guest host of Raw at the time, which he won and threw Miz into Cole at ringside after the match. On the June 7th edition of Raw, the faction known as the Nexus, there we go, so June 7th, 2010, and this was held on October 4th, 2009. So yeah, this is a little bit before the Nexus storyline. So I cannot remember, but I believe we might see a new champion here. Let's see what happens. What'd you guys think about Kofi Kingston in 2009? Yeah, you know. You've really suppressed Ashton Kutcher being in WWE, eh? Haven't we all? I think every single one of us suppressed the we suppressed the random guest GMs, and we also suppressed the anonymous Raw general manager. Both of us, or not both of us, but all of us, I guarantee, have suppressed that deep into our brains, because there is no way any of us wants to relive those days where, frig, what was it, Edge doing an elbow drop on the laptop, breaking the laptop in half? Somehow that killed the GM? I don't know. Once again, though, everybody, please don't ask others to donate in this live chat. It's obviously very much appreciated, but don't be asking anybody else to donate if you can. I don't want to put anybody in uncomfortable positions. These streams are 100% free to watch for anybody who wishes to watch. Uh-oh, Kofi now off the ropes and a back elbow from Swagger and Miz. All good, Ross. Oh, and then the slap to the face of Kofi Kingston. All good, Mr. Ross. After the laptop broke, the GM texted Cole. Who else thought that Michael Cole was the GM? Like, legit. Did anybody else feel that they were going to make Michael Cole the actual general manager because of the amount of heat that he was getting at the time? Like, you got to admit, Michael Cole's heel role was so annoying, but he did his job, man. He really did. So Miz and Swagger working really well together against Kofi Kingston. Kofi sent off the ropes. Kofi, though, with a kick to the midsection. Ducks underneath, rolling up the Miz now into the cover. Count of two. Kick out. Broken up, I should say. And now Swagger stays on the offense. Just seemed like the perfect swerve, yeah. It would have been fun for Cole to be the GM. I think they could have had a lot of fun with it. You know, at that point, he had enough heat going on him that it would make sense to get Cole in that GM position. If Michael Cole was the GM, he would have never made The Miz defend the WWE title. They could have even gone to the point where Michael Cole was, like, protecting The Miz, and that's how The Miz kept his title for a long time. You know, like, they could have done something like that. I feel like it maybe was a bit of a missed opportunity. Oh, Miz suckering in Swagger. Swagger sent into the corner, hits hard. Miz off the ropes. Miz takes down Swagger. And the Miz has turned on his partner in this match. Oh, and a running clothesline to Kofi Kingston. Down he goes. Miz up to the top rope. Miz, hammer fist, down goes Swagger. Man, Swagger really can't take a beating, can he? Now Miz right around again. Catches Kofi Kingston, drops him down into the neck breaker, and he hits really hard. Into the cover. Two. Kick out by Kofi. When Michael Cole beat Jerry the King Lawler at WrestleMania, did all of you collectively roll your eyes? Because I know I did. When that happened, I knew the heat was going to be there for him, but I rolled my eyes so hard. Con, you missed my donut. Oh, shoot. I am so sorry, my man. Let me get around to it here, Retro Demand. He says, ETL is the way. Someone make Con Monkey 167 dance. Am I a Con Monkey to you? Is that all I am? Huh? Am I just here for your entertainment and nothing else? Are you just here to make me dance? Do you not respect me as a person? What a crossbody from Kofi Kingston. Oh, okay, good. Just making sure we're on the same page, that you guys don't respect me as a person and you just think I'm a con monkey. Okay, good. Just making sure we're on the same page. You actually read the book by Jim Ross where he talked about that. Man, dude. I have the Young Bucks book sitting downstairs. In fact, I need to get better at reading. There's been a lot of nights recently where I've been kind of bored watching TV, if I'm being honest, because for my job, I watch a lot of TV, like, and analyze a lot of wrestling. And so I find that once the end of the day kind of comes, I just sit back and I don't really do much at the end of the day. Just kind of sit and scroll through my phone mindlessly. So it'd be pretty good if I picked up some books later at night and tried to actually do some reading. I think I'm only like 3 chapters into the Young Bucks book. Like, I'm not far at all. And for a book that I want to read, I should actually read it. Oh, there's a kick to the midsection. Swagger going to work on the Miz. And Swagger just doing a couple push-ups right by the Miz there. Kofi Kingston. Oh, face first goes Swagger right into the middle turnbuckle. We'll see you later, RGR football fan. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Nice back suplex from Kofi. Swagger. Up he goes. Swagger bomb. Kofi now rolls him up. 1, 2. Kick out by Swagger. How many con coins to get into the CMU? It is, what, 2,000, I believe? Yeah, 2,000 con coins. Yeah. Wasn't the best, Steve Taylor. Wasn't the best. And one more about Wrestling Empire. It has better stuff and is so much fun. So much more fun than 2K. Got you. Ask Khan, he will give you some of his blueberry to put in your ice cream. I will give you some of my fist to your face. How about that? I ain't no blueberry. If anything, I'm a conberry, okay? Oh, trouble in paradise from Kofi. Catches Swagger on the jaw. Now Miz, here he goes, skull-crushing finale time, Miz! Skull-crushing finale! It's gotta be over, Kofi down, 1, 2, 3, oh, kick out, slash on the ropes, Kofi Kingston! No! That was a bit of a botch. As you said it, I typed Conberry, there you go. 2, Swagger makes the save. Miz rolls him. 1, 2, kick out by Kofi. Oh, that was close. Do I do hockey watch-alongs? I don't. And I would love to. I would really love to. When I was watching, or when the Toronto Maple Leafs were in the playoffs there this past playoffs, before they got eliminated, God, that still stings. But I was having a lot of fun streaming a little bit of my reactions while I was live with Raw. Oh man, Trouble in Paradise, it's over. Kofi retains. Well, Kofi out of nowhere. All right. So it's not quite Miz's time to win the U.S. title yet. I guess that comes in future pay-per-views or future shows. Forget what I was talking about. Before Kofi picked up that win, what was I talking about? Hockey watch-alongs, right. Yeah, like I had a lot of fun doing the Toronto Maple Leaf semi-watch-along, if you will, where I was wearing my Leaf jersey. We were streaming Raw, but we also had the game pulled up on the side. It was a lot of fun. I love hockey. You guys know that. The problem is, and this is a legitimate problem, the Toronto Maple Leafs usually play around 7 p.m., 7 to 7:30 when their games are live. So that would mean that would coincide with wrestling a lot. Yeah. So it's either wrestling or hockey. I can't really do both, unfortunately. Sit Rush asking, is this a signed picture of Goldust in the back? No, this is our Lord and Savior. This is the Jesus of professional wrestling. I'm not talking about Sethy Poo. I'm talking about, woo, 2 claps and a Ric Flair, baby. That's Richard Flair over there. Signed, baby. Signed. Right at the top right there. Is this the main event already? Holy crap. Main event already. This has been a really quick 3 hours. Guess we're 2.5 hours now, but still. Your eyesight is so bad. All good, man. All good. The photo isn't that clear. How did you get Goldust? I get it. No. I get it, man. I totally do. If you take a look, he's got the gold attire, and if this is on, you might be watching on your phone. I'm not too sure, but if you're watching on a smaller screen, I could easily see how that is mistaken as somebody else, right? Totally. No issues there. Are you ready for DX versus Legacy? Inside Hell in a Cell. This is going to be a vicious matchup. If I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of blood in this one. I think I've seen this match before. At least I want to say I've seen it. But now I'm questioning, have I seen it? But my friends, we've got a little poll going on right here in the live chat. You can vote by typing !vote, hitting the space, and then one of the 4 options there. Either Mania 21, MITB 11, Mania 24, or MITB 13. Which one would you like us to watch next Tuesday right here on this channel? It is any of those options. We are currently building up to Hell in a Cell, which is why we are watching Hell in a Cell here today. But after the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view this Sunday, we are going to start building to Money in the Bank. So these 4 options right here have Money in the Bank. Mania 21 is the first ever Money in the Bank. Mania 24 has Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels. I know it's not Money in the Bank, but that's a big one right there. Money in the Bank 11 was the very first pay-per-view I ever saw in its entirety that I paid for. And all that, my first pay-per-view I got to watch in its entirety. Money in the Bank 2011 or Money in the Bank 2013. Let us know right here in the live chat if you've not casted your votes. But this is our main event, my friends. We've got ourselves D-Generation X. So DX versus Legacy. I laughed at something the other day. I don't know where it was that I saw it, but it was comparing... Oh! Legacy attacking DX from behind. Legacy attacking DX from behind, and this thing is well underway. All right. But I saw something that was kids these days dabbing and... nay, whatever, what is this, woeing and nay. I sound like I'm freaking 35 years old over here, not up to date with everything going on. But yeah, kids these days, they just whip and they nay and they whip and they nay and they, oh my God, and they dab and they whip and they do this and they do a little Fortnite dance and all this stuff. What we did when we were growing up, we told each other to suck it. You would do straight up, everybody. On the playground, like you're with your friends and all that, and you see your friend across the yard, you're like, hey man, how's it going, man? Like all the time, man. That was my childhood. We would be on top of like the jungle gym, and my friend Steve, you guys have seen Steve on this channel before, but like Steve would just be down there on the ground, and I'd be way up high. I'd be like, hey Steve. Boom. We got in so much trouble. God, teachers hated it. They legitimately hated the DX chop. I remember this one time, me, Steve, and a few other of our friends, we got to go out early for recess, and so we decided to take over the jungle gym, and we were going to have a little wrestling match. Our teachers didn't like that, by the way. And... straight up, our wrestling match involved people jumping off the jungle gym, trying to land on other people and all this stuff. Our teachers were pissed, man. So mad. We're literally telling each other to suck it. We were infants. We had nothing to our name. We are just absolute delinquents, man. Oh, Ted DiBiase dumping Triple H over the top. And Ted DiBiase hammering away on Triple H here. Imagine this being right in front of you. That's something that you can't get sitting at home watching WWE. You have to actually go live to the show to be that close. Oh my God, Triple H sent right back in the arena. Match is not officially started yet either. Cody right into the barricade. Big brawl to start off this match, man. Was DX face at this time? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they were face at this time. They were so over. In fact, guys, I think it is a very real argument to be made that D-Generation X on their final, run, like this run right here with the glow sticks and when they eventually got to Hornswoggle and all that stuff, this DX is the most over version of DX. Even more over. Oh my God, Cody, his legs slamming off the cell. That had to hurt. Ugh. But this is the most over D-Generation X. The glow sticks, everybody rocking the shirts. Because it was once DX versus NWO, pretty much. Like, that was the idea of the difference between Raw and Nitro was DX and NWO, right? Well, they were also heels back then, so I don't think they were as over as they were during this time frame. This is babyface DX. They were over. You know what, guys? I actually have a funny story about D-Generation X. When I first started watching wrestling, I only knew Triple H and Shawn Michaels as DX. That's all I knew them as. I didn't know them as singles wrestlers. I didn't see them come out, to their own theme songs. I saw them come out to D-Generation X's theme song. I always saw them throwing glow sticks. Always saw them doing the crotch chops. Always. And crossroads to Triple H. And so I remember there was like this one time where Triple H and Shawn Michaels were still very much a part of DX, and they were still in the middle of that run, but they had to come out to the ring for a match, and it was either like a battle royal or it was something where it was every man for himself, so they entered to their own theme songs. And that was the very first time I had heard Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy theme song, and very first time I had ever heard Time to Play the Game from Triple H. Very first time, and it blew my mind. I was like, holy crap. These guys have different theme songs? What is this? Why is Shawn Michaels singing that he's a sexy boy? Man, those are the good old days when you just start finding wrestling really, really good. And in fact, we're going to get to relive all of it, guys. We get to relive most of our childhoods by doing these throwback streams. Ross Blocks, yeah, that is a fun fact. He says, Khan thought that their theme said, things all right, you know. Yep. So when DX says, D-Generation X, for whatever reason, when I was growing up, and also not that many years ago, like, it was pretty recent, I used to legitimately think that they said, things all right, you know. Things all right, yeah. I don't know why, but that's what I thought. What was my first wrestling memory? So, the match has begun. Legacy has Shawn Michaels 2-on-1 inside Hell in a Cell. Damn. But my first wrestling memory. it might be Vince's limo exploding. Like, I started watching wrestling in 2005, and I think I was off and on throughout 2005. Watched it a little bit more throughout 2006, but not a ton. Like, I think I watched Raw, but I didn't watch it. Like, I wasn't able to stay up late enough because my bedtime was at, like, 9 p.m. or whatever it was back in the day. So, I want to say what jumps out to me was Vince McMahon's limo exploding, me getting invested in Vince McMahon's limo exploding, because I used to record it on my VHS because I couldn't watch the end of Monday Night Raw. So I used to pop the VHS in, record it on there, get home from school the next day and watch the last hour of Monday Night Raw. And I remember watching Vince McMahon's limo exploding. So that's one of my first major memories. And then the week after, the reason why I remember the limo exploding so much is because I tuned into Monday Night Raw for the limo exploding to find out what happened with Vince McMahon. Like, I was invested as a kid. Like, I just saw Vince McMahon blow up on my screen. I thought Vinnie Mac died, okay? And so I was fully invested. I was fully there, and I turned on my... actually, a little bit more backstory here. The same day that Monday Night Raw was supposed to happen, a week later, I found out Chris Benoit died. That day, about 3 hours before Monday Night Raw, my mom sat me down after she just saw something on the news about a professional wrestler, and she said, hey, you need to see this. And so I watched it, and Chris Benoit, they didn't have the double murder-suicide information out at that point. All they said was that Chris Benoit was found dead in his home along with his wife and his kid. And so that was heartbreaking as a kid at that point, right? Because I had just gotten into Benoit a little bit. Like, I don't remember watching Benoit, but I know that I cheered for him. I know that when he was around, I was definitely rooting for Benoit. My first memory of wrestling isn't until the limo explodes. And then the limo explodes, and I think it was because of Benoit's death and me thinking that Vince McMahon died that I really got into the professional world of wrestling, right? I was honed in. And yeah, so Benoit died. I watched the tribute episode. And then I found out that he committed the murder. And I'm like, oh my God. All right. So that's wrestling. Yep. But that's probably one of my first ones. Another major memory that I have, because that would have been in 2007, correct? So after 2007, I would have continued to watch wrestling, but I'm not sure if there's any memories that jump out at me until 2008. And 2008, I can guarantee, full-heartedly say that I became a die-hard wrestling fan in 2008. I know from the start of 2008, I did not miss an episode of Monday Night Raw, because I have went back and I've watched certain episodes from 2008, and I can remember literally every single one once I start watching it. So I watched Jeff Hardy versus Umaga inside the steel cage, and when Jeff Hardy jumped off the top of the steel cage, hitting the Whisper in the Wind to Umaga for the win, that stuck in my mind. That made me a giant wrestling fan. Then I believe a few weeks later, Jeff Hardy hit a swanton bomb on Randy Orton from the stanchions, way, 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 way up high. Remember when he dove off those stanchions all the way down? That's when I was a fan at that point. Like, I was locked in. My earliest memory was Goldberg debuting in WWE in like 2003. Interesting. And he says, but yeah, I really had memories of 2006 SmackDown, like Henry versus Batista and all of that. See, I didn't watch a lot of SmackDown until 2008. And actually, you know what? Full disclosure, I didn't watch a lot of SmackDown for most of the years that I was a wrestling fan. I always felt like SmackDown, I was only interested in the major stories, right? When I was a kid, because you're a kid. You don't get the whole wrestling business, and you don't get the whole building up superstars, and you don't get, pushes and face turns, heel turns, and all that. You just kind of watch the show. And when I was a kid, I didn't really watch SmackDown because I felt like it was always just it was more of the wrestling show, but it didn't feel as big to me as a kid because it didn't have the bigger stars like they did on Monday Night Raw. They didn't have the bigger presentation, the larger-than-life feel. They just had... don't get me wrong, they still had big superstars. But to me, as a kid, it was like John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. goodness. Umaga, Jeff Hardy. And all that was on Monday Night Raw. All that was on Monday Night Raw. I remember watching WWE Heat for a while because we didn't have the sports channel. Oh, man. Oh, Ted DiBiase just got launched. WWE Heat, eh? Hey, Dave. How you doing, Mr. Dave Rua? Welcome to the stream, buddy. What a chop from Shawn Michaels. He's on one leg. Triple H can't get inside the cell. He's locked on the outside. What an easy day for Triple H. He's barely had to work. Triple H, is he going up on top of the cell? Sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels. Conman, would you take a chop from Flair in a heartbeat? I would love to. There's a few things that I would love to just feel to get a true understanding of the business. Would love to take a hard chop. When I say love, I'm causing myself physical pain, but love to have an understanding. I would love to take a chop from Flair. I would love to take an open hand slap from the Big Show to the chest. I would love to take a bump. And I would like to take an elevated bump from the top rope. Jumping off, landing on my back, something like that. And having a true understanding of the pain that these guys put their bodies through every single time they step in that ring. It would give me such a deeper appreciation for what they do. I would love to be able to do that someday. Oh, Triple H trying to break in. What's your guys' first wrestling memory? Let us know in the live chat. Would get a chop from Walter Khan. Sure. You got to understand what they put their body through, right? Oh my God, Shawn Michaels sent right into the side of the cage. Dropped down by Cody. Conman, you're still streaming? There goes the nap before NXT. I know. I know. I'm going to have to be without a nap. Oh, man. I'm going to be napless here today, see? No nap for Con. I actually had a fairly late night last night. My review got posted at 12:45 here on this channel. If you guys have not checked out the review for Monday Night Raw last night, be sure to check it out after this live stream. It's good stuff. But I ended up posting my review at like 12:45. By the time, I watched it back myself, it was 12 minutes, so it's almost 1 o'clock at that point. And I was a silly bum, and I decided to stay up for another hour at that point. So I went to bed at 2 a.m. last night. Wait, Triple H. Oh, wait. I know what he's going to do. I know what Triple H is going to do. Triple H is leaving. I think he's going to get something. My favorite part of Raw yesterday? Probably the New Day versus RK Bro match. I'd say that's my favorite part. Shawn Michaels, man. Do you guys see Adam Cole in Shawn Michaels? Because I do. I should say, do you see Shawn Michaels in Adam Cole? But when you look at Shawn Michaels right here working as a babyface, I can picture Adam Cole. Literally, I can picture it being Adam Cole. Oh, my God. Michaels being rocked by Ted DiBiase. What went wrong with Ted DiBiase? I actually want to know what caused his downfall. Ted DiBiase Jr. So he... So DiBiase's only televised match in 2013 saw him defeat Michael McGillicuddy on the May 9th edition of Superstars. On August 26th, DiBiase announced that he was not renewing his WWE contract, which expired on September 1st. DiBiase complimented his time in WWE, but said he wanted to spend more time with his family. So he's just kind of stopped wrestling. His last time he wrestled was in 2017 at Pro Wrestling Ego. Yeah, he just kind of exited the business. It's a damn shame. Like, he had all the tools. Like, he legitimately had all the tools to be a big star here. But where he kind of was hindered was that his dad was such an iconic character. What you'll notice, everyone, is the people who get over the most in this business, like the top-end superstars, if they bring in their son or their daughter, they are going to struggle to get over to the levels that their parent reached before them. Struggle, not impossible, but they're going to struggle. And if they're like somebody who isn't like one of the biggest characters of all time, and they come into the business, there's a lot more opportunity for them at that point, right? Like, let's say when Randy Orton came into the business, do not get me wrong, Cowboy Bob Orton was a big deal. He did main event at WrestleMania, like, he was a big deal. But he was Cowboy Bob Orton, you know? He was not an iconic character. He was just kind of, I don't want to say just kind of there, because he was more than just there. But he was just there, right? Like, he was always one of those guys that could be booked against anybody. He was always really good, but he was just kind of there. And Randy Orton came in. He had the history of Cowboy Bob Orton, of course, being a third-generation superstar himself, so the name value was there, and that allowed everybody to hype him up. But, like, Orton wasn't going to be behind the 8 ball right from the start. Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, was behind the 8 ball right from the start. He was the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, one of the most famous wrestlers of all time. And sure, Cody has done a wonderful job getting himself over to this point. But remember, it was a long time that Cody was not truly over. He struggled to find a character. He struggled to find who he was. Here comes Triple H. He's got the bolt cutters. Triple H has bolt cutters now. And Triple H is officially going to be in this match. Triple H trying to cut through. Oh my God, it might be over. $1 Million Dream is in. Oh, on the chair. But Triple H is in. Triple H is in, and now Ted DiBiase sent over the top of the rope, and Triple H takes out Cody. Off the ropes, clothesline, no one home, big high knee from Triple H. Now Ted gets back in the ring, right hand from Triple H, Irish whip reversal off the ropes, and there is that knee buster there. Cody sent right into Ted DiBiase. Junior. Remember, though, if you're enjoying the show, guys, please make sure you leave a like on this video. Also, making sure you are subscribed to the channel. Con, you should make a gaming channel. I mean, no. I see where you're coming from, but I don't think that I have the time to commit to another channel like that. Oh, and DiBiase from behind, just catching him on his head. But Shawn Michaels now getting back in this match and takes down Ted DiBiase. Up and over, and DiBiase sent down to the mat again. Damn, Ted. Elijah Washington, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And the referee now. Wait a second, Triple H. Taking the chain that the referee brought down. He's got that chain wrapped around his fist. Triple H looking to use it as a weapon. Ted is in trouble. Oh, to the face of Ted DiBiase. Damn. Now into the cage goes Ted. Kick to the midsection. Here he goes. Pedigree to DiBiase. Shawn. Wait a second. Shawn Michaels and Triple H dragging Ted DiBiase out of the Hell in a Cell now. Shawn throwing the bolt cutters to the side, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels are going to lock themselves back in the cell. Ted DiBiase has been locked out. It is 2-on-1 DX. And Cody looks like he just saw a ghost. Triple H and Shawn Michaels know they can put him away at any point now. Shawn Michaels watching onwards as Triple H hits a giant spine buster. And I think Shawn's going to take to the top rope now. Shawn Michaels all the way up. Cody is caught. Chair around his neck, and there's the elbow drop right to the neck of Cody. Ted is locked out, man. Nowhere for him to go. But wait, what else are they going to do here? Triple H looking to bring something in the ring. Is he thinking sledgehammer? Yes, he is! The sledgehammer from Triple H. Funny story, I used to think sledgehammers were called sludge hammers. One of those things that you learned from hearing the word, and then you misheard it. Shawn Michaels tuning up the band. Boom! Oh my God! Super kick and the sledgehammer to the side of the head of Cody. It's over. That's the game. And DX beats Legacy. That was a good match. So DX with the win, guys. That was a really fun show. But now is the time for you to cast your votes. One more time here. Which show would you like for us to watch next week? Do either vote Mania 21, vote Money in the Bank 11, vote Mania 24, vote MITB 13. Which one would you guys like to see us watch next week? Oh, super kick to Ted. DX stands tall.
What a matchup here at Hell in a Cell.
DX, man, what a fun show that was. That was a really good 3 hours. That Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was really good. Big win for DX, but everyone, that is going to do it for us here on this live stream. We are going to be back, though, in just a little bit, in about, 3 hours and 15 minutes almost. Just a little over 3 hours and 15 minutes. We are going to be back with NXT tonight. So if you guys are ready for NXT, give me a hell yeah in the live chat. Also making sure you leave that like on this video, dropping that subscription to this channel. There is also a few other places that you can follow me if you are interested. You can follow me on Twitter at conman167, or you can come join our Discord, which is available down in the description below. That has over 1,000 active members chatting wrestling every single day. So if you guys are interested in staying up to date on this content, or just want to continue chatting with the people that you met here in the live chat, join our Discord server. Again, it is available down in the description below. Lots of fun. Lots of fun, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. One more time, drop that like. We're 3 likes away from 150 likes. Almost there, everybody. But I believe we're going to be closing out this now. Thank you so very much for watching. One more time, we're going to be back here later tonight with NXT in just over 2 hours and just over 3 hours and 15 minutes. Correct? Yeah, 3 hours and 15 minutes, just over that. So tune into that, but we'll be back tonight. Take care, everybody. Next week, we will be watching... Dun, da, da, da. What's the winning option? The winning option is... Dun, da, da, da. Is it going to announce it in the chat or not? It's not. Not going to announce it in the chat. Okay, the winning option is Mania 24. All right? It won by one single vote. Whoever that one person that voted was, you just proved right there that every vote counts. Mania 24 is going to be the thing that we stream next week, and then maybe we'll do Mania 21 after that because it was the next highest voted one. So yeah, there we go, everyone. See you later, Sit Rush. Thank you so very much for joining us. And for everybody else who joined into the stream tonight, thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in just a little bit for NXT. But until then, I've been Khan, and that was Hell in a Cell from 2009. Take care, everybody. We'll see you later.